Today's episode of the Nateland podcast is brought to you by Solo Stove, Grand Canyon University, Aura Frames, and Hello Fresh. Hey, y'all, I feel like y'all messed me up now these last two.
You're overthinking
hello,
it
folks, and hey, Bear, welcome to the Nateland
There you
podcast. I'm Brian Bates. Aaron Weber, Dusty Slay.
All right.
Yeah, I think y'all have messed it up.
Yeah, it's our fault.
I was doing fine. Aaron came in hot, and last week you messed it up. Now I messed it up. So, welcome to the podcast, though. Glad you guys are here. Hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. We had a nice, fun one. What did we do? Oh, I golfed.
Sounds fun.
Sounds fun.
With the family or just
me and my
alone?
brother, me and Derek.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanksgiving's a good day. Courses are closed, so it's like you can usually go out. And we went to our course, but you just walk, and it was nice. And so we went and played a few holes, a few more than we told my mom we were going to play. But yeah, it was fun. And yeah, it was nice here. I'm trying to think if I had something. I've been taking Holly. I was telling you guys I've been like going on this trail near us, and I was taking Holly, and I was thinking dogs, they smell so hard at some spots as if they're like, this is the most important spot on earth.
And it is to them.
It is in that moment. And then you go, I'll get lulled into it going like, well, let her have it. And then it's like, I finally go, that's enough. And I pull her. And then the next spot's like, well, I think I found it. And so then I've realized now as I've taken her these past few days, I'm like, we got to keep moving. Every spot's the greatest spot. I mean, I'll still give in a little.
Yeah.
It's a good tree. If it's a good, like something's going on. But they,
Yeah, they get into it.
They get into it. They really, I feel bad because if you're I don't want to just yank her.
Yeah.
But then you're just like, I'm not buying, we hit a spot where you're like, I'm not buying this spot.
Are the smells like their greatest sense, you think, where they're like, oh, I got, like a baby likes to pick things up and put it in their mouth. Like it's like their taste is their biggest thing.
Yeah. Just like a baby, you got to let them do it, let them learn on their own.
Yeah. A little bit.
Yeah. You gotta let them
Babies,
try.
you
gotta let them choke.
You gotta let them, swallow through Legos. They're going to figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah. And if they don't, you try again next time.
Yeah. Yeah. Start laying them in their bed when they go to sleep. They're, I don't know. I think they're smelling. Todd Glass had a joke once I heard. He said about like the only reason dogs lick you is because they're licking the salt off of you. And so he did you know that joke? Or?
No, but I think there's a lot of truth to that.
And he said, he goes, all right, the dog's licking me because there's only reason he's licking me is because it's salt on me. But, I still pretend it's giving me kisses. And that really messed me up to be every time I think if Holly licks you or something, you're like, do you even care?
Oh, yeah.
Do you really care? Or you just, is it all just that salt?
I think it's all just something.
Yeah, but
does Holly lick you on the face?
Yeah, not much, but like, I mean, she would, but you'd have to, it's not like, but I mean, she gets very excited when we come home. So it's like jumping everywhere, but she's not licking us then really. She's not a big licker, but she will. But I guess they're excited.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if you really started breaking down a lot of things that dogs do, I mean, maybe it's not all about loving you,
Well, that's what I mean. Like, but you can't, when you come in the door and they're so excited.
But maybe they're just excited. They're like, yes, the people that take care of me have returned.
Yeah. Or they're like, oh, that salt I like is back.
The salt licks here.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's probably some truth to that. But look, when my wife comes home, it's for the same reason.
Yeah.
Good. The lady who cooks and cleans, keeps me alive is back.
Yeah.
It's like a super power, though, the way they can smell. Like, you just be walking and they'll just drag you 15 feet off the path to find a Dorito or something in the woods. It's amazing that dogs, I mean, bloodhounds, I think, can smell like up to I'm like 3 miles away or something.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Huh.
Anyway,
Yeah, like that. So that thing you looked at there says let them smell.
it says it provides mental stimulation and reduces stress for the dog. It's how they receive information about the world. Is through their nose. So they're just trying to soak up the world around them, man.
Yeah, so when they're listening, I'm just like, come on now, get on.
Yeah. But you don't have all day out there.
You can't.
It's like
Yeah.
I'm out here to exercise, not to stand here while you reduce your stress.
I've enjoyed
You
it.
know what I mean?
It's fun to. I've enjoyed the. It's fun to go out there with the dog and just the bond of you and the dog out there, just alone. And but I mean, I was able to let her off the leash a little bit the other night because no one was out there. She said, and I feel like she got some good sniffing in there. We have not been on this trail before, so it's new.
You think a
But-
dog would remember a trail?
I think so.
Yeah, and I would.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's the whole point. Is that they smell.
I think so.
You think that trail has a truly unique scent such that the dog
Well, I mean-
will remember it's been there before?
Maybe not one time, but if you go a lot,
Uh-huh.
you don't think a lot. Like I mean, your dog remembers where
maybe.
your house is.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And maybe that's all part of it. It's taking in these smells and it's all part of the tracking.
Yeah, I mean, if you feed an animal, they will always come back.
Yeah.
Like a deer. Like if someone's like, you feed deer, well, they take off running. They're not like, where was that house again?
Yeah.
They go, where they go. What are you looking for? You remember the lady that was giving us all that food? I thought she was over in this. And the other deer is like, no, it's the next neighborhood. It is the next neighborhood over. That is right. All right.
When I was a kid, seeing a deer.
Dogs were not alive. They were still wolves.
Yeah, they weren't
go.
domesticated.
Yeah.
Seeing a deer was like a big thing because they were a lot more rare. I
They
mean,
had a lot of wilderness to run through back then.
now there's just deer everywhere. The last 2 weekends driving to my gigs, just every mile on the interstate, there's just a dead deer on the side of the road. They're
getting-
everywhere
they're
now.
getting
Yeah.
clipped out here.
Yeah, because we're
That's how Bad News Bates would describe it, as by dead deer and not a live deer. You could have also said, you go drive through a neighborhood, I see just hundreds of deer running through the neighborhood, but your marker for how many deer there is just the amount that you see the bodies of deer.
Just being honest here.
Yeah.
Do you think there are more deer, or is it just a function of what Dusty said? There's less wilderness for them to run
I guess
through.
both, but I think there's more.
I think there's less wilderness because
That's definite.
like where I live, it's like they're always bulldozing the woods to build some new development, and so the deers are pushed out.
I can agree with that. And but I also think, you sure you weren't just a kid and it was exciting for you to see a deer?
I
Because
mean,
you're a kid and y'all didn't have entertainment,
I mean, I guess that could be true too.
Yeah.
Look, in 1930, which is right around your era,
Mm-hmm.
the U.S. white-tailed deer population was about 300,000. Today, it's 30 million.
So it's a little more.
That's a 1,000-fold increase in less than 100 years.
I've seen it.
Yeah. Well, so then I guess, you were right. You're right.
It says
As usual.
down to about 300,000. Was that because of like over hunting back then?
It was the Great Depression. I'm trying to think of
Oh,
what's
yeah.
going on
They
around
just
then.
weren't,
Yeah,
they were not doing
couldn't
good.
get jobs and
They were
stuff.
The
sad.
deer couldn't get jobs.
Yeah.
In the 1920s, the species
Santa
was,
wasn't hiring.
Yeah.
It was just,
there was overhunting. It was before government protection programs
Yeah.
in the 1920s, so they were down to about 300,000.
Yeah.
So they're working their way back up.
yeah. I mean, they're going to have to,
Too much.
yeah, now it's like they're everywhere.
They are everywhere.
Also, fewer and fewer people are hunting. This is interesting.
Really?
Yeah, hunting is less popular than it used to be. Man,
Because you go to the grocery store.
Yeah, for sure. And it's when I
Yeah,
was
I
a
guess
kid,
so.
it was like it felt like everybody was being pushed to hunt. And
Yeah.
now I don't
We
hear
were
as
never
much.
big hunters. Like no one in our family hunted.
Yeah.
No, not that. Yeah, all my friends did, but we never did.
Yeah.
That was one that we didn't do.
when I moved here to Tennessee, I was 17. And at the time, I don't know if this is still the case, but there was a curfew for how late I could be driving under 18 years old. I think it was like past 10 p.m., maybe midnight.
Mm.
But there was an exception if you were hunting.
Mhm.
They would let you drive. I remember it was like the first thing I learned when
It's
I
like a
moved
state
here.
law.
Yeah, it's a state law.
But you can stay out later if you're hunting.
Or you you can go earlier. It's
Oh.
like 6. It's like midnight to 6 a.m. or something.
Oh, I see.
But if you need to get up early to
Gotta be
hunt,
that deer
you
stand.
can get an exception. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you could go because they have to leave at like 3 a.m.
Yeah. To
Yeah.
get out there.
Yeah.
So you can't be out unless you have a gun.
Yeah.
Is there a
got a
gun
gun?
in here?
Yeah.
Is there a rifle in here?
and a few drinks in your
Yeah.
cooler.
Yeah.
You're good to go.
I'm sure there was a lot of people messing with that law.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm on my way to hunt.
12:30 a.m.
Yeah.
He just came out of that bar though, sir. Yeah.
Hunting for the ladies.
Yeah. When they-
Yeah.
16-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Mm.
What did y'all have good things in? Or
No,
no.
it was pretty terrible. No, it was good. It was good. Just
Oh man, I believed you. So a while ago, you would have a terrible Thanksgiving.
no.
Sorry.
Uh,
I regret that.
it was just translating. I have to do a lot of translating for my wife with my family because they kind of speak different English
Yeah.
dialects.
I know about that.
Well, my uncle, I mean, he puts a dip in his mouth as soon as the last bite's made. So, I
At the table?
mean, he's got the spit cup ready to go. He finishes
Oh,
his
yeah.
drink, and that then becomes a spit cup.
Yeah.
So that red Solo cup
Yeah.
is double duty. So
love
my
that
wife
guy.
doesn't have a chance to understand him. So there's just a lot of translating going on. But it was good.
Mm.
Yeah.
I was there. Lucy got COVID.
Oh no! Wow.
So our plans got canceled
Bummer.
last minute. We were going to go to New York City, but we just stayed at home. Some friends brought us food. It was very nice. And we're
oh
all,
yeah, y'all were going at like 10 a.m. that next. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then, she tested positive that night.
Mm.
We are like, ugh. But she's all good now. It was good.
So
Yeah.
it worked out well for you. You didn't get to go to Lucy's family.
It has nothing to do with her family. There is always a little bit of relief that, like, I don't have to go to the airport tomorrow.
Yeah.
The day before Thanksgiving and fly
Travel.
to LaGuardia. You know what I mean?
That's
So
nice.
there's a little bit of relief.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My Thanksgiving was good, but I came to this realization, and this is no offense to my family, but as the old people die, it feels like the recipes die with them. So, like, my sister, I went to my sister's house, and she did a great job, but it's like, she doesn't fix a dressing like my grandmother or like my aunt. I had an aunt. My dad is much younger than his siblings. So my aunt was like 90 years old and she died a couple of years ago and she made the best dressing. Now the dressing's gone. We'll never have it again. No one has the recipe. So it's like each year as the older people die, so do all the good food. And maybe it's just my family. Hopefully there's some old people left in other people's family to keep it going. But
Well, you just you write the recipe down.
it
gonna
just
say,
makes me sad.
Y'all don't write anything down?
I don't think people are writing it down because they're just, they just make it.
They go, I'm gonna make it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you should ask them and say, hey, I think it's maybe Christmas. You got Thanksgiving, so when you go to Christmas, you go, I was thinking, would you mind writing down the recipe for your? And then they
But-
go, why? Be like, I'd rather not say why.
I think I think
It's-
for my family, it's too late. I think we've already lost
The oral tradition.
the oldest recipe.
Well,
oldest-
thankfully, it's just the dressing. It's like when the good stuff comes later.
Well, what
you
else
got-
is there? I mean, dressing is Thanksgiving. I mean,
Oh, jeez.
to me,
I
that's
don't like dressing.
you don't like it.
No.
No.
My wife calls it stuffing.
Well, stuffing is
that's what I
different.
call it, too.
Stuffing is not good.
Mm.
Dressing is a different thing.
I don't. Then I. Yeah.
What is the difference?
I couldn't tell you, but stuffing often comes in a box. It's Stouffer's stuffing, and it's dressing is a homemade dish where your aunt makes it, and she has all the ingredients in her, and it doesn't look like whatever you just showed there. Yeah, see, that's stuffing. Dressing would be more of a flat top
yeah.
and baked, and you cut it out almost like a
That's certainly not it.
yeah. And it's like, it just feels like it made me real sad this year. And my sister did a great job. It's no offense to her, but it's just not the same. My grandmother
Yeah.
mid a good dressing too.
You're saying for your sister, if she listens to this, maybe don't worry about it next Thanksgiving. You got a year. You got a year to figure it out. Yeah.
And it just made me sad.
Yeah.
Now, your wife has to be happy, though. Thanksgiving is the one holiday you honor, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's probably a big deal.
Yeah, it is. It is a big deal, but it's like, I don't know. It just feels this year, like I had a great time. My sister hosted. I loved seeing the family,
Mhm.
but, it just felt like, I don't know. Maybe
Food was,
it just, And I hope they don't listen because they'll be so offended that I'm saying this, but it just feels like when the old people die, we lose the old food.
And that's the real tragedy
Yeah.
of it all.
Yeah.
Well, one of them, you know?
It is.
Here's how you're going to find out if they listen is when you go try. Well, because there you see, there's not one old person left that knows how to cook that had some kind of recipe you want.
Well, and maybe it's just not that they don't know how to cook, but it's just like my aunt made my favorite cookies and my favorite dressing.
Mm-hmm.
And now those are gone. Other people in the family have attempted the cookies, attempted the dressing, and they're good, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
Do you think any of this is a sentimental attachment to the original cookies?
Potentially.
And also, as you get older, your palate's been expanded a little bit. Maybe you're a little more discerning than you used to be growing up in a trailer park in Alabama.
I can't.
Big words used for a trailer park guy.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Answer that question. I didn't understand even 2 seconds of what he was saying.
Well, my aunt wasn't a trailer park lady. You know what I mean?
But
So
you were. I'm saying you enjoyed it. Maybe you just enjoy it less than
It's like
you
knocking
used
on
to.
a trailer park door trying to sell them encyclopedias. You go, I'm going to hit this trailer park real fast. And you see if you're going to get rid of any of them.
D for discerning.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so with the cookies or the dressing.
Okay.
Other things, I could agree, but
Yeah.
I've had the dressing, up until the last couple of years.
You ever have something that you liked as a kid, and then you get it as an adult, and you're like, ugh.
Why don't you
Yes.
make the
Awful.
dressing and cookies and take
Yeah, there you
over?
go.
Because you like garden and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So then you could be like, I'm going to do this. And you get to take some time with the dressing. You know exactly what you want.
But it's like I know it when I taste it, but I have no idea what was going on
Yeah.
with the making of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, what if your wife made it and then you just, and I think she would like this, be over her shoulder and criticize her
Yeah.
as she makes it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
But my aunt's dressing though, it would get tore
I know. Well,
up.
keep saying that to your wife as she
Yeah,
she
okay.
keeps trying to make the Slade family happy.
Yeah.
Every dish she brings to you, go, my aunt's dressing is just, it's different than what you're, and maybe, then you can bring in probably some Canada stuff.
Yeah.
You go, maybe you're not, because you're not from this country.
Yeah.
And you could, and
That's
I
a
think
good idea.
Yeah.
I like that.
Do
I
y'all
like
do
what-
Canadian Thanksgiving too?
No. But my
Is
wife
that a Triangle Day?
Is there a Canadian Thanksgiving?
Boxing
There
Day?
is, yeah. Boxing Day.
I was thinking Boxing Day, so
Yeah.
it's like Triangle Day.
I didn't get the Triangle Day
Thanksgiving.
reference, but now I do.
I don't know if I got it. I
Yeah.
just said it because
No, it's a good joke. Now that you
boxing
explain it.
good joke in the 80s.
Yeah.
Still
Yeah.
relevant now.
But she made real cranberry sauce. Like instead of out of the can, she took cranberries and cooked it and made a homemade cranberry sauce.
Mm.
Very good.
I think my mom's cooking would still meet your criteria.
I
So
bet-
maybe
I
next year
bet
you
so.
just come to our house for Thanksgiving.
Oh, you should try some dressing there. Then maybe you get
Yeah.
you
Get
know,
your mom to write down the recipe.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, get some baits put in you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's surprising to say this. This is a little more mainstream. The Bates family, a little more mainstream than the Slade family.
Yeah. Well, I would.
They had a house and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I would like to. Yeah, I'd like to go get some of that dressing.
Oh, there we go.
So your mom, it's in like a casserole dish.
Oh
with
yeah,
the
I know
flat-
exactly what you're talking about.
Mm.
I mean, every church potluck, every
Yeah.
that's the way it is.
Mhm.
That's a good dressing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
My aunt, yeah, she made the best cookies and the best dressing, and that's who we named our daughter after. Our daughter has the middle name of my aunt,
Oh,
and
because of
dressing.
That.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
of
that's
yeah,
what I
dressing.
thought. Yeah.
our daughter's name is Cookies Dressing, and Cookies Dressing Slade.
CD.
your daughter. Yeah, she's like, "Can I live up to this?" You go, "I don't know. Let me try that dressing." When she's,
Yeah.
you go, "It's not."
Now, were you there when the Iron Bowl was taking place?
No, I was back home watching it
Okay.
alone, and so my wife will not watch football with me, and I like watching football alone because I like to watch it.
I was going to say, increasingly, that's my go-to way to watch a football game I truly care about.
Yeah.
I want to sit alone,
Mm-hmm.
hotel room, like right in front of the TV and just watch it.
I'd like to watch with one other person that also cares about the game. That
Yeah.
way we can cheer with each other.
At the same level, though.
Yes.
But I don't like going to Buffalo Wild Wings or something like that. Like, I'm kind of over that.
Yeah.
To watch
Oh,
a
yeah.
game I care about.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun to just have the games on when it's whatever, but like, I want to sit down, zero in on the Iron Bowl.
Yeah.
In a dark room.
That game was fun.
Yeah. It was
Heartbreaking if you're an Auburn fan.
Your mom was probably pretty upset.
She was at the game, and I bet she was.
Gosh.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
What a game. 10 years from the kick six.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually the greatest thing about the heartbreak because 10 years ago, very heartbreaking for Alabama. And they were mocked about it for years and years and years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's got to be tough for Alabama because it's like Alabama, I mean, not saying anything about Auburn, but Auburn was 6-5.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if it's going to happen, it's not the end of the world that happened.
Yeah.
And you're maybe just 6-6. But it would have been, I know they would like to stick it to Alabama.
Oh, yeah.
I have no sympathy for him. I just want to say that. A lot of family that are Auburn fans, and it's, Auburn was pretty good for a while, and they didn't handle it with the most grace.
When they were good.
Like Alabama does.
Yeah, they're getting borderline arrogant about everything.
Mm-hmm.
The Alabama fan, what's the worst thing Alabama fan will say about Auburn is you guys stink at football.
Mm.
But Auburn fans, they think Alabama, they're dumb. They're like the worst part of Alabama. They cheat. They're what? I mean, they throw the book at them.
Yeah.
So
They do love to throw out the cheat and Alabama cheats.
of course.
They love to throw out the Alabama cheats line. That's the best thing about people getting paid in college now is that they no longer will just say, they go, well, that's what Nick Saban's been doing for years.
Yeah. And then Auburn, meanwhile, their only good player in 40 years, they bought from a JUCO team.
But
so.
I do got a lot of Auburn fan friends, so I don't want to go too far down
No,
that.
I don't mind. I'm trying to cut those people out of my life.
Oh no,
I'm trying to drop this dead weight.
No,
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
My mom went to Auburn.
I still like Auburn. I'm still an Auburn fan. I'm an Auburn fan as well. I can do both.
Yeah.
I wanted Alabama to win, but it was a heartbreaking loss. I was like, ugh, that's not how I wanted this game to go down.
Mm.
No.
Yeah, I was like, when we were watching it, I was saying, 40 seconds left. If you said the final score was going to be 33-24, you could not, I mean, you're like, well, that's impossible.
Yeah,
Right.
They took that off, though.
Huh?
They took that last score
Oh,
off.
they did?
Yeah.
Why?
I think time had already expired before even that last snap.
Really?
Yeah, I saw somebody post about it later. Like, what happened to that last pick six? And
were there gambling implications with that last touchdown?
no, I looked.
It didn't affect the okay.
Mm-mm.
So
I think it ended up 27-24.
So you didn't step out of bounds or something? Or?
I didn't even take the time to look to see why, but I did look up the score, and they did take it off.
Yeah.
But I think the play clock was already the game clock was already at 0, maybe when he snapped.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to state, though, before we move on, that I don't agree with a lot of things Aaron said. And I have tons of Auburn family and friends, and I don't want to get killed when I go home. And I don't agree with a lot of what Aaron has said so far on this podcast in regards to Auburn.
Yeah.
And
Y'all should hear how he trashes Auburn off mic.
War Eagle is all I'll say.
Oh my God, you coward!
I just want that to be stated here. I say a lot of crazy things, but I can't make those kind of.
He might need when he goes home a solo stove.
Oh man, how about that? Have you heard the news, Brian?
What?
Recently, the West Coast legend himself, Snoop Dogg, announced that he's done with smoke. It's over. He's eliminating it. How could it be? You might ask, that the dog father is giving it up. Well, we've now learned, as it turns out, that he is going smokeless. Joining forces with the makers of the world's most popular smokeless fire pits, our old pals at Solo Stove. And he's even been coined their official smokesperson. Isn't that nice?
That
good.
is nice.
I don't know what that makes me. It wouldn't be Snoop if he didn't drop it like it's hot, which is exactly what he's doing with the Snoop Stove, a limited edition bonfire fire pit designed by Snoop himself. Each custom fire pit comes with a going smokeless bucket hat and limited run of stickers. I'm going to get these before they sell out. Run, don't walk to solostove.com to pick up the limited edition pit and join Snoop in going smokeless for good.
Boom. How about that?
Yeah. Good for Snoop Dogg.
I think Solo Stove had a float in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Really?
Yeah. Who was it? I think Drew Holcomb might have been in it.
Oh, really?
The neighbor Drew, who did my song on the Greatest Average American Family. I swear, I think because I just saw him posting stuff.
Well, that's a fun float.
Yeah. See who was in it. It might have been.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, Drew Holcomb and maybe I don't know. All right. So we'll start with you guys. We'll get to your comments, get into it a little bit sooner. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah. People are very happy about that. I don't know. Are they?
Nah.
No,
on
they
the back end, they're not going to be happy. They're like, they're still talking about this.
The back end?
Well, you know,
Yeah.
they prefer we
Oh.
get into the topic and have 20 minutes left in the show.
Oh. Well, we're better get Daniel Sims with your bits on Aaron's outhouse, the heated toilet seat guy, and the tornado flush earthquake in the bathrooms episode. You guys have officially delivered the funniest thing I've ever heard. Pure genius and much appreciated. You guys are not making enough money.
All right.
There we go.
Well, you
Thank
don't know
you,
how much
Daniel.
money I make, Daniel.
Yeah.
So just
Mhm.
stay out of it.
That's true. That is true.
I'm killing it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Daniel.
Assumes it's not enough.
Nate
Yeah.
was skeptical about bathrooms going in. We could tell.
We turned it around.
So many compliments. And then the guy at the end goes, man, you're all broke. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think I don't think y'all read that. As,
I'm joking. He's being nice.
I'm just
Yeah.
piggybacking off Brian.
Yeah, just make sure y'all.
Yeah.
I don't know what y'all are talking. Like,
I just want him to stay out of my finances.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just piggybacking here.
Yeah.
I was on board with it. Brian took it at a negative place. I was like, I'll get in there too,
You
man.
yes-anded.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm an improv guy.
That's right.
What is this guy? Alabama fan? Is that what you Dusty quote?
Hey, I can go
Dusty
either way.
said that. You guys are not making enough money. That's what Dusty thinks about the Alabama fans.
No, he hates Auburn.
Auburn. You think that the Auburn does feel like it's more of a? Isn't that like a?
It's an agricultural
Yeah.
school. Yeah.
It's like, but it's yeah,
That's not what they would say.
yeah. But no, is
Yeah.
Notre Dame not? Is it not obnoxious with Notre Dame?
Of
Are
course.
theirs-
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're
Okay.
very arrogant.
Yeah,
We just have a reason to be.
yeah, because y'all did good in 100 years ago.
We're just a good school and we have like a history of being good.
For 100 years ago.
Well, the last championship was 1988.
Yeah, quite a while. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
look, it's been a while.
for someone being such a good school.
Right.
You would think. And then basketball, no one's talking about. Y'all
No.
have made some appearances somewhere.
Look, we'll hop in the Elite Eight every now and then, kind of dip our toes in.
Yeah.
The women's soccer has won a few national championships.
Yeah. So
Men's
what
soccer,
is it?
fencing.
What's the arrogance come from, you think? The NBC, because you're on TV everywhere, like you're the Cubs, like you're on WGN.
We're a national brand in a way that few colleges are.
We're the first college. Were y'all the first college, or
We were the
one?
first to play nationally, to really play around the country.
And again,
Because
this
Michigan
was,
boxed us out.
Yeah.
Michigan hated Catholics, so they said you can't play with in our conference. You can't play with us. So we had to travel to California and play USC, and that's how we became a national brand.
Mm.
You know,
So you owe a lot to Michigan, you would say.
well, I would never phrase it that way, but I guess so. In a roundabout way, I should thank them. Yeah,
Now, I mean, when Vandy started 2-0, we were pretty cocky. So
Yeah, but we're allowed to be because we
Because you're a
have
great
never
school.
been. Yeah.
then we finished 2-10.
I've been frustrated with that. I looked up the Vandy because it's been tough, and then it's like you keep like we don't recruit because, or it's always like, well, it's a really good college, and you look at the ranking of Vanderbilt's college, we're not number one.
yeah,
You're like you want to be like at least be number one college,
yeah.
and then we could be like, all right, well
Mhm.
they're like 18, 19, like it's
Right.
just not even.
That's
Michigan.
what Notre Dame is, right around that.
Yeah,
kind of
right
area.
around
there. Stanford's way above both of us.
Yeah, so
And
it's
they're
like
doing all
it's
right.
just pick one. Just either like
Either be
If-
a good school or have a good football program.
Yeah.
Just pick one. You can't do both.
can't do both. Just do it.
I want to do a Dusty Slay style backtrack here and just say I'm not actually that arrogant about Notre Dame stuff. I don't want any of that to have been misinterpreted.
Well, college football's
okay.
sensitive. You got to be careful,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
It is. It is.
Paul Sheldon.
I'm sorry.
Toilets was a home run. Very funny topic. What do Nate and crew think about bathroom attendance? Oh, well,
I'm 100%
after
against
hours.
them.
Check our after hours episode.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the
Yeah,
bathroom attendance.
it's on the Patreon.
Yeah, I'm not for it.
I'm not for it at
Yeah.
all.
It's crazy that that still is even a thing. I get the idea of it. I wouldn't mind it if it wasn't the obligation of the tipping in there. That's the only thing that keeps you from wanting. Like if there's a guy standing there and handed you, and like it could be a nice experience, but then you're like, I gotta go grab. Like I'll try to do it. It's almost like when you walk in, you're just like, I need to just go ahead and just put it in here because I'm going to have to, you gotta after you wash your hands and go get your money, and then
What if they had their Venmo listed?
Yeah, that it's just getting too easy.
Yeah.
The tipping's out of control, and so it would be like if you want to have that, have it be like some like restaurant that's like, we're going to pay you $400, $300 a night, $200 a night, no tips. You're in there. That's your.
Let it be known you don't have to tip this guy. He's been taken care of.
Don't
say
the
you don't.
patrons.
But you can't even say you don't have to tip this guy.
Say
do not
You're
tip.
not allowed to tip this guy.
Tips not accepted.
There's golf places. There's golf courses that you go to. Some they're not allowed to accept a tip.
Wow.
And they go, we can't accept.
But they do, right?
I think you have to, if any of them, you'd have to really push it on them and like quietly
you have to go, I'm leaving this here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you do what you want with it.
But it's very nice.
Go here, throw this away from me.
Yeah. And if you're visiting the course, you might be like, all right, I'll do that. Like, but it's very nice to just kind of be like, you go to a place and they're like, we don't allow that. So just come in here, you do, all your stuff. If I was thinking that you go eat it like, if you go, you always see it on TV or movies or something, like someone's at a restaurant and they got a running tab at that. Like I always liked that.
Yeah.
Like you go somewhere so much, they just have your credit card.
Yeah.
Or they have your whatever. And then you just kind of are like paying it, I guess, as you go. Like, but it's a very cool, like that always looked cool in like seeing a movie.
Have you ever been a regular somewhere? Like at a restaurant or a bar where you walk in and the staff knows you?
No.
You ever been like a Norm from Cheers? Doesn't that seem fun to do?
Oh, I always thought it was fun. I always thought it was that you would see because I worked in restaurants, so you would see regulars that come in there every day, and I did like them.
Yeah.
Like you're always like, oh, that is fun.
I've definitely been a regular at a bar,
Charleston.
Yeah. But it's like, it was never the norm experience.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's a place we used to.
You're getting thrown out of there every now.
Yeah.
Anything but norm.
Yeah.
Regularly thrown out of this place.
Yeah, they're like, oh, gosh, here we go.
The whole town knew with Dusty. They go, we get Dusty early, so it's pretty fun. And they go, we're like one of his last stops. We're the ones that have to send him home.
Well, there definitely was those.
Yeah.
There's ones that you go to early and ones you go to last.
Right.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But there have been a few since I started comedy regulars at Zany's, the comedy club, and they're the best, dude. There was Lee who passed away. Remember Lee?
Yeah,
she was the best.
Yep.
She would sit in that same seat every show. I remember she would meet like young comics. My first time performing there, she'd like get everybody's autograph.
Oh, yeah.
She really made.
She passed away.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
Yeah, a few years ago.
Oh, wow.
She was the first. You feel like I have a fan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know.
Shoot,
And then there was Brian Bachner. Where's
Bachner
Brian
too.
Bachner?
Bachner moved to
Bachner's
Charlotte.
in Charlotte.
Oh, did he? Oh, okay.
I still talk to Bachner.
Oh,
He's coming to see me this week.
All right.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to see him when I go to Charlotte. I still talk to Bachner.
Okay.
Yeah. He's the best.
Yeah, he is awesome. Love that.
Yeah. They have Chelsea there now. And her
Yeah,
mom,
yeah,
they
she's
come
great.
and
Her and her mom are awesome.
Yeah, it is fun. It's be a regular somewhere. But yeah, going to a restaurant, they just kind of, if you had a place, I could see it where I could see the joy of it. Be like, I want this back table. I go in there and I eat.
I want to be, if I die, they put a little placard on this chair. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Aaron Weber sat here.
Yeah, and they're like, they go. I go, this is a different chair though, right? No, it's barely hanging. If you had your own chair at a restaurant, you would get enormous.
They go, we could tell which chair.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the fact you've stayed in good shape is because you don't have your own chair at a restaurant. We will know that Aaron is off the road. He's not traveling no more. He's local. Come see. We have to go do the podcast around him at the restaurant. Elliot DeLuca. That's a fun last name. Elliot DeLuca. That's an easy, like, unless I'm saying it wrong, DeLucia or something. DeLuca.
I'm feeling the DeLuca thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy to have Elliot be the first name, because that seems very Elliot and DeLuca don't feel like they.
Mm.
They feel like you would introduce those two people and just think they would never meet each other
Right.
ever again.
Different cultures.
You go, hello, this is Elliot. This is DeLuca.
Right.
Y'all can meet. Y'all have nothing in common, and you'll go your separate ways. But you're very, very nice.
I like the first name DeLuca.
Huh?
This is Elliot. This is DeLuca.
Yeah.
That translates the Luca.
And DeLuca goes,
Maybe
do
it's
you
a
want to
nickname.
dance?
Yeah,
And
the Luca.
yeah,
Elliot the Luca. What's Luca?
Day would be of, right?
Oh,
of Luca.
Yeah.
Elliot of Luca.
Elliot of
I got the most simple word there is. I got it wrong.
Elliot of night. That's what it
Oh, there
feels
you go.
like. Is
Oh.
Luca Knight?
I
Let's
knew
look
a
it up.
guy named
Luca
Elliot
feels-
Knight.
Oh,
Well, Luca is a given name predominantly for males. Oh, that's the first name. You got to look at the surname.
My name is
Mhm.
Luca.
Mhm. Sacred Wood.
yeah, it's nighttime.
Wow.
After 2 hours and 11 minutes in a podcast about toilets, I don't think I've heard toilet pronounced correctly. It's typical DeLuca. This is DeLuca. No, this is probably Elliot talking.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's toilet, folks.
What do
It's
we say?
Toilet,
Toilet?
toilet, toilet, toilet,
Toilet?
toilet,
Who says
toilet.
toilet?
You know,
Toilet.
I
The
say
Elliot.
toilet. I want to object to the let part of it because I think it's toilet. That's how I say it.
toilet,
Ooh.
toilet,
Toilet.
toilet,
Toilet sounds
toilet.
crazy to me.
It sounds like you're saying too much.
I never
Mhm.
liked the word.
Nah,
I
I
always
don't like
felt
it either.
gross.
Yeah.
I just like you go to the bathroom or
You know, like John? What do you think about John?
no. That's
Commode.
I mean
Commode.
no.
My mom says commode.
Yeah. It's you just say you're going to go to the bathroom and then you leave it. You know.
My grandpa said pot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's what he
Yeah.
called
It's if you're around a construction site, I understand it's going to be called a few different things. I can handle some, but overall, you're like you just call it a bathroom. Just I never was like, oh, do you need? Where's your toilet at? That seems insane
yeah,
to
that
say.
is-
It's
that's
in the
crazy.
bathroom.
That is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
You want to know where the bathroom's at?
Yeah.
Toilet's in there.
Chase Peeler. I have bidet seats that cost me a couple $100. They raise and lower the seat automatically and also warm the seat for you. I promise you the bidet and heated seats are life changing.
Get one for Christmas.
I don't understand this obsession with having the seat warm. That there's zero appeal for that for me. I'd rather. I
mean-
want to cool it down a bit.
Yeah, well, the guy that wants a walk-in cooler at his house. Yeah, I'm sorry he understands these. The man that runs hot.
Yours has air conditioned seating.
Yeah, dude, that's what I want.
like a truck,
Just blows up.
like a truck driver. That's like,
I want it like an air hockey table.
yeah,
Like that's what I want it to feel like.
yeah. I go in there to cool off.
The heated seat does feel like a bit much. And who wants your bathroom experience at home to be that good? I mean, that ruins especially if you travel a lot. Like, I don't need it to be that good at home to where I'm like, when I get out in the world, everything seems so much less good.
Well, by that logic, should you go out of your way to make your house worse so that you enjoy traveling more?
Well, I don't want to make it worse, but
I just kind of said that before I thought about it.
but you know what I mean? Like,
I feel like that's what
but
that could have been the
dude,
next thing that he said.
well, it could have been.
He goes,
But you know what I mean, though, like this, it raises and lowers for you. You got a bidet, the seat's warm. It's like, that seems like
Yeah.
too much. I don't mean I want at home to have a porta potty so
Right.
that when I go to a hotel,
but
it's-
your bathrooms at home should be that where you kick the
yeah,
you
let's
kick
keep-
to flush it.
yeah. So
Yeah.
you don't have the tankless. Yeah.
Tankless.
But you're saying if you have too much luxury at home,
It's
that ruins
hard
everything.
to
It's hard to
travel.
leave.
Yeah.
It's hard to leave. You're too much of a homebody.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
there's a danger in that for sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, come
Yeah.
on, guys.
Who knows
Kinda,
what Dusty
yeah.
would get into if he never left the house?
Well, that's true. Don't ever let me make too much money. That's for
Yeah.
sure. I won't ever leave.
Yeah. But that defeats the purpose of how you would make the money.
Well, if I've made enough to where I'm all set,
Mm-hmm.
there's no need to make more.
Mm-hmm.
Let's build an orchard and let's get into it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dusty Slay's Orchards.
Yeah.
Cat Rockwell. It's a good name. Cat Rockwell feels like It's the one in the family, the Rockwell, that's not in the family business. The Rockwell business.
The black sheep.
Mhm.
Yeah,
family,
but the fun one, the one that everybody
Right.
knows.
Yeah,
You're
they
like,
named her
you
Catherine, and she shortened it
Yeah.
to Cat.
You know
Mhm.
Cat Rockwell? You're like, yeah, dude.
Uh-huh.
Cat.
Everybody
you
knows
see her,
Cat.
Everybody knows Cat. Cat's the best. But she's, you think she can get to talk to her dad? You're like, Cat hasn't talked to her dad in a few
No,
years.
no.
You go.
They're estranged.
But they get back to but Cat is the one that brings everybody back together too. Also,
She's fun.
she's fun. I was a restaurant manager for 12 years. Exactly. Worked in a restaurant. Yeah.
Mhm.
The company I
She's
worked
a regular
for.
at some bar.
Yeah.
somewhere.
Right.
The company I worked for had required sanitation training where hand washing was a big deal. Unlike sanitizer alone, the running water rinses substances off your hand. This is especially important because 9 out of 10 people suffer from TPPT.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, that's toilet paper poke through. That's tough.
Ooh.
And
9
unknowingly
out
have
of 10 people?
yeah,
That seems like a lot.
I don't know how you even
Because I'm the one of 10 that doesn't suffer from that.
yeah, and unknowingly
Man.
have unwanted substances on their hands. Eh.
I mean, I never have toilet paper poke through.
Well, you just don't know it. You're one of those unknowingly.
Yeah,
How
It's,
do you not know that your stuff's not poking through the toilet paper?
I don't know. I don't think we should be talking about this.
But I'm just saying.
Should we be talking about
Should
this?
we be talking about this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's but yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I don't know how you get that pull, but
I am for washing your hands over hand sanitizer. I think both are overrated a bit, but I am for washing over sanitizer.
okay.
Yeah.
Your day is full of to-dos, responsibilities, and balancing work with spending quality time with loved ones while finding time for yourself. With everything you have on your plate, earning your degree online seems impossible. But at Grand Canyon University, they specialize in helping you fit your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree into your busy day. GCU is an affordable private Christian university based in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona. Been there a bunch. Offering 330 academic programs with over 270 available online as of June 2023. From scholarships to academic support, your GCU graduation team, led by your own university counselor, provides you with the personal support you need. GCU's online program gives you freedom to earn your degree in the time you can from wherever you are. Your personalized plan and team can help you achieve your goals. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University, private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu. Abby Scheib, Scheib. There's a Bluey episode called Dunny, where the kids are told not to say Dunny because it's not the Queen's English. I guess it's sort of in bad taste. I'm not sure where Brian got his info on Australia, but as a mom of young kids, I get mine from Bluey, and it is contradictory. Yeah. What is that? Contradictory?
Contradictory.
That sounds like a word I never heard.
Contradictory.
Contradictory.
Yeah.
In this case.
Well, I'm not going to argue with Bluey. Bluey knows, but I got my information from the internet and Crocodile Dundee. When he goes to New York and he checks into the nice hotel, he goes, "There's 2 Dunnies in here." And she's like, "No, 1 Dunny, 1 bidet."
Oh, okay.
So,
Mm-hmm.
What a great movie.
Yeah. That was probably when you could use that joke, and that was...
oh, yeah. That was
mean,
an edgy, fun joke.
Yeah, that was a fun... Yeah. You couldn't... Now you can, feels like it's been done.
It's been Dunny.
Mm-hmm.
Bluey's a big thing, huh?
Bluey's great.
Yeah.
I thought Bluey, I'm not going to lie to you, I just typed in Bluey. I'm looking at I thought Bluey was Blue's Clues.
Yeah, I could see that.
I think I don't know if I saw Bluey.
No,
I don't think Harper was into Bluey.
it's come along, I think.
This
Yeah.
looks recent. It started
Yeah.
in 2018.
Yeah.
So I was a couple years,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We were already, I think, moved on. I'm sure she's.
You just missed it.
Yeah, just missed it.
Yeah.
Sarah Harward. Sounds like I want to say Hayward for some reason,
Mhm.
but it's Harward.
Yeah, that's a hard word.
Yeah. Like you go Sarah. She goes Sarah Harward.
Do you write these ahead of time? Do you write these quips while you're putting these comments together? That was pretty good.
Yeah, he thought that 2 weeks ago.
I've been saving this one.
When I was in college, I cleaned the buildings on campus to pay my way through school.
Oh, good one.
I did not expect that coming from Sarah Harwood.
Mm-hmm.
We replaced the toilet paper the least in the very first stall, closest to the door. The stall was generally the cleanest and obviously the least used. For the past 20 years now, I'll always go to the first stall. It's the least used and almost always has toilet paper.
There you go.
That is solid. You know, that's like something that is like something you take on. She took that in college.
Right.
You know, now.
And that's more important than anything she learned in college, I bet.
I bet she's the only thing she's still using. Kim Cottrell. Probably Cottrell.
The actress?
It looks like that.
Kim Cattrall. I think hers is the CA.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Could be her.
Yeah, it could be her. She just goes by Cottrell.
Mhm.
That looks like a lady that probably into this podcast.
Mhm.
If you ever watch the show. Just-
Mhm.
yeah. I guess. My uncle worked for a sewer plant. Yeah, that's her. My uncle worked for a sewer plant. He found a driver's license in the screen catcher, cleaned it, and mailed it back to its owner.
Wow.
Wow.
That's very nice. That's probably you got to be like, I don't know if I even want this. But then maybe the person didn't know. Maybe they did because they would have. I guess they would.
They're like,
Imagine if
what?
you-
I flushed this down the toilet.
Yeah. He goes, oh my god.
Who is messing with me?
Yeah.
This thing's haunted. And I try to get rid of it.
Yeah, that would be that. We'd love to see if we can talk to that driver's license owner. That's like, dude, I've been wondering how.
It's a murder victim.
Yeah.
The guy who did it flushed it and then shows back up.
Good night.
Gotta get some edge in this podcast.
Yeah.
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 Richard Garcia. I really think I would rather be asked, "How has your year been going?" Question far better than "How's your day?" I really dislike small talk, but inquiring about my year would actually cause some good reflection. I agree.
Well, you agree because you've had the best year in the history of the world.
No, it doesn't. It's not about that.
You're tempting people. You're like, hey, how's your year been? Well, my mom had cancer. Yeah. But have you heard of a little show called Saturday Night Live?
Yeah. But you should be excited because you're this close to someone that's having the greatest year of all time.
I am excited.
I'm joking.
I got to go to Saturday Night Live because of you.
No, I'm not talking about just me. I'm saying in general that I think it's a better, look, when you're not trying to have a long talk, then, but if you're like, how's your year been going? It's like, it's not bad.
I think
Off to a rough start, it's you're actually getting more in detail than the other way.
In January, this is the cheesiest question of all. In January, it sounds like you're making a
lame joke.
How's your
You
year
say, how
been?
did last year go for you?
Okay.
Is this year, or
There you go.
you say,
Okay.
hey, how's this year looking? You got a lot of good plans this year?
You look forward.
You
What's
look
your year
forward
going to look
what
like?
What do you think your year's going to look like? Yeah, we got a take a vacation. We got all this, so I'm excited. It's got to be more positive.
What month do you flip it?
March.
How's your? Yeah, I could see that.
But your new year
March.
doesn't start till April.
Probably spring.
Well.
So you go, how's the year going so far? Well,
Yeah.
we got past the toughest part, winter.
Yeah.
And now we're in it.
Yeah. Looking forward to some
Some
April
planning.
showers,
Some
bring
planning.
Mayflowers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
How's the garden coming?
Yeah.
yeah.
I would
How's
go.
your orchard?
Taking it day by day and then walk away.
Yeah, that's fine.
Good way to
How's your year
shut that
going?
down. I'm taking it day by day.
Fun guy right there. Rachel Bergeson. Dusty, unless you want to be awoken by what sounds like world's loudest and weirdest meow every day, you do not want peacocks. My parents live in a rural area, and the neighbors that are a good 5-minute walk away have peacocks, and they are so loud it sounds like they are right outside my window.
I got a few messages about not wanting peacocks. There is no danger that I'm going to be getting peacocks. I
That's
don't.
good. That's
I
good.
don't. There's a lot of exotic animals that I like and things that I'm into, but peacocks are not one of them.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to own a peacock? That feels illegal.
Yeah.
No, you see them.
I see them at a zoo.
No, You see them out in people's
You
yards.
do?
Yeah.
A peacock?
I've seen them in
Yeah.
Florida.
I think I've seen them here. Yeah.
Man,
Is
I
there
don't
not
know.
where are peacocks at?
I don't think I've ever seen a peacock.
I think I've seen a
I've seen
peacock.
a peacock in Florida in the wild.
I think I've seen one here in people's yards. This person says they have
Man,
peacocks.
that
Yeah.
guy wasn't supposed to have it wherever you saw it.
Literally, this person, there's so many people that have owned peacocks that they have opinions about owning peacocks. And we're acting like no one, like it's crazy that
Yeah, but it's not as common as a dog. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, what are we even doing here? You go, I'm just talking about I've seen it.
Yeah.
It's,
Oh, you saw a peafowl.
A peafowl.
what is that?
I like
I
that
don't
this paragraph has California listed as if it's a different country.
It is.
Various
Yeah.
countries, including California, and then it ends with North America, which is also not a. Is
Well,
North
maybe it is a
America
peafowl. I mean, that's just
country? That's
peafowl.
a
I don't know the
continent.
difference.
Where are the peacocks? Where do they originate? Where are they at? Where's the bulk of them? If I want to go see some good wild peacocks,
Yeah,
Yeah, I think peafowl is the bird, peacock is the male, and peahen is the female.
Wild peacocks are primarily found in India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and
Yeah.
Java.
that's what makes
Myanmar.
it so interesting. How many I've seen?
yeah.
He's seen the tame ones.
I've seen them.
Mhm.
Maybe it's not a. I've seen them. I don't know where they're.
I've seen them too, but yeah, I mean, there's no danger that I'm gonna be stocking up the backyard with peacocks.
Did it have colors?
Yeah, was it plumed up?
You may have just seen a turkey.
Look, I'll give you some of them were turkeys, but I've still seen. So they're walking around.
Yeah.
I do appreciate the heads up though, but I'm not gonna be getting any.
Well,
Okay, that's good.
I don't know. We're still talking about you.
Well, it was addressed to me from
yeah,
Rachel
yeah.
Bergenson.
It was.
It was a while ago.
Bergerson.
Sounds like
Oh,
you're.
did you put up the bat house?
I did put up the bat house. Yeah.
Okay.
It sounds like Rachel Bergen sounds like, your daughter in 25 years. My parents live in a rural area and the neighbors that are a good 5-minute walk away, but you're the neighbor that's a good 5-minute walk away.
Mm.
They have peacocks.
Well, yeah. I mean, by the time my daughter's old enough to write into this podcast, I may have some peacocks.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean? But right now, we're far away from it.
Yeah.
Paul Rimple. Paul Rimple. Sounds a good name. Regarding Aaron and the Canadian accent, what would you think if someone said he has a real American accent? Does Aaron have trouble understanding Miss Slay? The vast majority of people born in Canada speak the way she does.
Ooh.
Does he mean your wife?
I'm thinking
Dusty?
so.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand her fine.
But
She does have you can hear an accent.
Hannah's family,
Like, you tell her when you go there, you go, tell her to write it down.
Dusty, what is she saying?
Dusty. Dusty, could you get your old lady over here and tell her to write it down? I can't. I have a headache trying to understand what she's over here saying.
Speak English.
her uncles and stuff, they're much more Canadian, but yeah, it's still very, it's very understandable. What's the?
Yeah, that works.
That's,
Mhm.
understandable.
Yeah,
And it's like intelligible.
decipherable.
Yeah.
No, it's not No, what's that word? That's what I think you're thinking of. What is it? Intelligible? Not in.
Yeah.
Is that a
sure,
word?
Sure. Yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That means you understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when someone speaks, you understand what they're
Yeah.
saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Understandable seems like you're, they're like
I'm thinking
doing,
of eligible.
they're like
Or
doing
what's the
something.
I
writing?
get
Yeah.
why they're doing
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, understandable.
What do you say
Legible?
when you write it?
Legible.
Legible?
That's what
Legible.
I'm thinking
A
of. Legible.
verbal legible.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm thinking of legible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she speaks legibly.
Yeah,
That's what we're
yeah,
saying.
Yeah.
But I think the answer is look, in the same way that there is a prototypical American accent, there is a Canadian one. Like you all can hear what I'm talking about.
I don't.
You-
but
But I think he's implying it's a big country, so people up in New York
Whoa.
sound different than here.
not everybody is
True.
exactly like you. There's other people in the world, is what I think Paul's saying.
Oh. I thought you were breaking the news to me just now.
No. I
Yeah.
think Paul's trying to remind you, like, Aaron, the world doesn't. I know you're Notre Dame, so you, like Notre Dame alum, think Well, there's no one outside of ourselves.
Right. Yeah.
And he's saying,
But if you
they have
ask,
college in Canada too.
not good ones.
No,
But
but they have them.
I'm kidding.
No.
They have good colleges.
Do
They
they,
have
what
great
kind of colleges
colleges.
they got up there? Probably truck driving?
McGill University,
What do they do
University of
there?
Toronto.
Learn how to move to America.
They learn how to get a visa.
It's stuff like that, folks.
But I want to say real quick, I
uh,
watched a video of people in Ireland. They're going up to people in Ireland going, do your best American accent.
Mhm.
It's fascinating to hear what people think. It's all just a Southern accent. That's
Yeah.
what they do. That's what they think of an American accent is.
Mhm.
It's just a Southern one. So that's what, when I say a Canadian accent, that's what I mean.
Because the Southern accent
Whatever it-
is the best. Let's be
Yeah.
honest. It is the best.
It's super fun.
Mhm.
Jordan Linney. I mean, this whole podcast is based on hoping these people think Southern accent is the best. Jordan Lanier. We need a Dusty versus Nate swimming race. Both have claimed to be fast swimmers. Let's see it happen. Bologna.
Bologna. Yeah.
That's how you say
Yeah, isn't that wild?
Yeah.
That's how you spell it.
bologna with an A at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it doesn't make
Bologna
sense.
can be the ref. It would be perfect.
I don't know how this has turned into a me versus you swimming competition.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Well, I'll do it, but
Yeah.
I don't know how that proves that either of us are fast
Yeah,
swimmers.
that'll be.
Right.
We can figure something out. I still like the idea of trying to see if we could one day shoot something, see if people could pick.
Mhm.
Really, like, how do we shoot this to show a team out there and be like, you got to try to blend in.
Yeah.
It's Dusty versus Nate. Brian's the ref. I guess I'll sit this one out.
There you go.
It would be the concession stand.
I just can't understand.
You do a cannonball. That's what starts us off.
It's like the starter gun.
Yeah.
I'll just never understand why it
You're
is
the-
more unrealistic that I could blend in with a swimming team than Brian
Yeah.
of the professional.
Look, Dusty, this
soccer
really upsets
team.
you, but the people have spoken.
Because
I just don't understand.
there's an
it.
objective physical difference. That's what I'll
Yeah.
say.
Mhm.
Anyway,
but
Yeah.
but not with Brian and a professional soccer player.
Less so for sure.
I'm wearing
Let's
clothes.
pull up David Beckham here.
Yeah.
Brian's closer to David Beckham than you are to Michael Phelps.
I don't think so.
Michael Phelps is like 6'5".
I don't think
Most
so.
You're
swimmers are that tall.
3'6".
I still disagree.
I mean,
I don't think it. Yeah. I mean, let's. Yeah. I mean, come on.
yeah, dude.
Let's pull up David Beckham.
I don't know if do you really need a ref for a swimming race?
Yeah, it's down there, man.
Yeah. What's a ref going to do?
So this guy is
Because,
this is what Brian looks like with his shirt off.
Well, they're going to be wearing a jersey.
Well, they're not
Come on,
asking.
and you
but
can't wear a jersey in the pool.
if,
Come on, guys.
that's the thing. But if you wore that he's got long sleeve and shorts on,
Yeah.
and we're saying from a
Perfect.
far view away that you would just be like, oh,
That could be Brian.
I just
that
think
was
that
me.
soccer players are the most in shape players in the world.
You don't think swimmers are
swimmers
in pretty
might
good
be
shape?
the most in shape. And in swimming, you got to take your shirt off,
Michael Phelps was eating 30,000 calories a day at his peak.
and you have
You
to
know?
take your
Well,
shirt
we're
off.
talking about the world's greatest swimmer.
Yeah,
I
well,
mean,
you just talked about David Beckham.
I
He's one of
know.
the best of all time.
Is he the best though?
No.
Top 10 all time.
You
I don't
can't
know.
even name
I don't know.
10 swimmers.
Michael Phelps, Ryan Lochte.
You can't
Yeah.
even name
No,
10.
no, that's
Katie
fine.
Ledecky.
Yeah.
You can't.
You
Leah
can't.
Thomas.
But I would say you're going to have to get to number of the top. I don't know, probably number like 5,000 before you see a belly on one of these guys. Like, so that's what
Soccer
I mean.
players too, though.
Such a funny way of putting it.
I know, but soccer players, you have a shirt on, so you're just trying to blend in for a second.
A second. Now that's all it is.
No, it's for the whole.
I would say
run.
the whole game.
The whole game.
Oh, we got to see the whole game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to get outed. I admit that, but just maybe before. I mean,
I just want you guys. You want you to choose a short sport that you got to take your shirt off.
Yeah, but this is
That looks fake.
again.
Again, I think 5,000.
Best swimmer.
Wait, is that Dusty or is that Michael Phelps? I can't tell.
He's number one. I
Number one
understand that.
in the world. No,
Yeah.
even other swimmers
I-
don't come close to
All
this
right.
guy.
I
I mean,
with all
Let's do Mark Spitz.
in all full honesty, I think if you
looks a little
went on the women's team, you could fit in there. And
He's made that argument many times.
But I think it would make more sense in the current time that we live in. If you were on a women's team, I would be like, okay. Like, does it? I think you would be very hard.
Again,
very.
My
honest.
point is,
Does that not make sense? If he picture Dusty going, they go, here we go. Another swimmer on the women's team, and you'd be like, okay, like he's swimming with the women now, and you'd be like, okay.
I just can't understand why there's not more emphasis on the idea that Brian is going to blend in with the greatest athletes in the world.
I'll tell you why, because it's funny how defensive you're getting.
I mean, it's just insane to me.
It's because he has clothes on.
I would probably wear a turtleneck, so.
He wears a big shirt and stuff. You have to take all that stuff off. So your best bet is to wear a woman's
let's see some other swimmers.
Someone sent us.
This is Mark Spitz. He was the former Olympic.
Now this guy's been.
What's a woman's bathing suit look like? Dude, you're going down the wrong road of this, and you can leave the beard, and that's okay. And look. You need that. You need to be covered up a little bit. I mean, come on, Dusty. That you could do that. I would believe that all day long. Just the overalls, full on. Like we can't tell. Like, does that one have a belly? We don't know for sure.
I'll wear it if you wear it.
I'll wear it. Yeah.
If you wear it, I'm in.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you blend it in, if you go over one. That's
over here.
I know this is.
I'm
not trying to be political, but that's everybody knows what I'm talking about. And if Dusty went that route,
I need more rational people.
You're going to be
more rational people.
You're going to be the same size as the other women. You're the same height to them, probably.
Mm-hmm.
You got them by weight a little bit, and then, but maybe not because they're probably strong, and so
I just think that we're judging off the world's best swimmer versus some average swimmers.
There was somebody sent us a fat swimmer. It was for some small country. Could you Google
fat swimmer?
Or I don't know if he wasn't really fat
in the Olympics.
Come on, guys.
There he is, right there.
Oh man, this guy's
Ethiopian.
Yeah,
I mean that could be Dusty.
Kill for that body.
That could be Dusty.
Yeah, I mean, I look better than this guy.
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm saying. You guys,
I would kill for that body too. But I'm just saying, I'm trying to help Dusty out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think you guys
called him the whale. That's so mean.
Yeah.
Ethiopian swimmer dubbed Rebel the Whale.
That shows the standards.
The best.
The person that wrote that probably is bigger than him.
This guy Michael Phelps is like a phenom, and that's who I got to be compared to. I'm saying this thing has gone way too far. I'm down for the challenge though. Now I have to race you just to. I have to race everyone here and play soccer against everyone.
We can race. What are you going to do? Olympic size pool?
Yes.
You're going to go lane all the way down? Freestyle, whatever you want?
Just all the way down, not all the way back. Okay. Just down, not
just
back.
Just down.
Yeah.
All right.
Just down.
All right.
We should get one good swimmer, right? To kind of
you need a control.
We're great swimmers.
Yeah. Oh.
We're great swimmers.
But I mean like a college.
Yeah. We can fill the whole lane with, I'm saying you would have it shot from far out and you'd have the whole lane. So everybody's the real swimmers except me and Dusty, and you see if people can guess out of us who's like
a real swimmer.
Collegiate or high school swimmers versus.
Yeah.
Now, how much time do you need to train?
I don't even know where I can train. You know what I mean? It's winter time.
Yeah, it's more. We'd have to set up and film this stuff than the training. I'll go do it right now.
I haven't been swimming a lot lately, but
I thought you said last week you needed some time to train. That's why I said that.
Well,
give me you wake me up and I'll beat you.
When we initially started this, the whole thing was that we would get a little bit of time to train for whatever sport we wanted to blend in with.
I don't need time because I'm just gonna be walking around.
Yeah. All right.
You want to tell us about Aura Frames?
Aura Frames. Aura. Finding the perfect gift can be really hard sometimes. This Aura frame, we just got it. I don't know where it's at now, but it's. I am a big fan of this. It's named the #1 best digital frame by Wirecutter. Wirecutter. They are an easy, thoughtful gift to give your loved ones. You can throw pictures on there. I love the idea. I mean, I always think with phones is like you never go look at these pictures. But now with this kind of setup, it's take all the pictures you want, and it'd be nice to be able to, with your family, just see different pictures popping up, and they can
are
send
great.
in.
Yeah.
It is such a good idea, and it's really a whole family should. A great way for families to stay in touch is to see the fact that you can send to this grandparents. All of them. It's easy to set up. Takes about 2 minutes to set up a frame using the Aura app. Every frame comes packaged in a premium gift box with no price tag. Give the perfect gift this holiday season by visiting auraframes.com today and get $30 off their best-selling frames with code NATE. These frames are sell out quickly though, so get yours before they are gone. That is auraframes.com with the promo code NATE. Terms and conditions apply.
You guys are going to have me swimming in hotel pools. I've kind of swore off hotel pools, but now I'm going to be in there every weekend now. That's all I'm going to be doing.
Listen to Rocky music.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I can't.
What training are you going to be doing?
I'm just going to be swimming. I got to get myself back
When's
into
the last
it.
time you swam?
Well, at your house.
Yeah.
And even then we're not really swimming. I have my daughter in the pool and I'm just kind of, floating around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go to the ocean and swim. That's where you get the best training.
That's like some Rocky training.
Yeah.
You're fighting the waves out there.
The ocean trying to throw you back.
Yeah.
All right. This week we're talking about.
This is the most fired up I've been. I'm sorry.
I know. That's why it's so
Sorry.
funny.
I can't.
Do you walk out with that shirt on?
Yeah.
And do you reveal you have that shirt, but as a swimsuit underneath
By the
it?
time we're ready, if we're going to do it, I'm going to be ready to go.
Yeah.
Let me figure out where we could, I do what I think I have. Just think it would be fun for us to shoot something like this and we could all kind of do it. And and it would almost, I would say all of us we would all do each sport, whatever anybody picks, and you got to blend in and just see who could blend, it'd be fun and stupid and silly. And, that's what we give to people. Pointless. We're trying to give pointless. People go, what's the point of this? There is no point.
Yeah,
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're good. We're good. We're a legit race. I think I could beat you.
Well, I'm ready.
Yeah.
But, just for the record, though, this whole thing is not about me and Nate racing in a pool. I mean, I'm down to do it. But this thing is taking on a life of its own here.
Yeah.
I mean, now it's like some challenge between me and Nate to win. I mean, of course I'm in, but what's the sport you're blending in with?
Well,
long snapper.
Oh, long snapper. Okay,
long snapper. Yeah. Well, I'm not involved in this, man. I'm just watching.
No, you're being involved. The person just said the swim. You really took that. It really bothered you. You can be the other guy. He's a ref.
Yeah.
I don't know what a ref is going to do in the swimming race anyway. But
that's perfect
he's
for
saying
me.
He'll be perfect. He's the ref. You're the obstacle we got to go around.
The buoy and
it's like putt.
Every race needs one guy with a shirt on in the pool. So why don't you be that person that goes in?
Mm.
You want to race? Can you swim? You swim fast?
I can swim. No, not fast.
You want to race? You think you could?
I'll race y'all.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think
y'all
we should
want to look
do
good by comparison.
both the freestyle. Is that what this is?
Mm-hmm.
And an
you don't
underwater.
even know what it's. You don't even know the term.
And and
it's not important to know the terms.
You talking about
the
underwater?
most basic.
Struggling with these
Who
headphones.
could swim the longest underwater?
Yeah, I'm down for that too.
Yeah. We got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I got a lot going on here.
Yeah. All
right. This week we're talking about mythical creatures.
All
I
right.
feel like we just did that a little bit with this.
Dusty, you are our mythical creature of the Nateland world.
Wait till we swim. I mean, I can't wait.
Yeah, you might. You probably can talk underwater.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah.
I mean, growing up, I was a real swimmer. I mean, I was really, we swam in creeks and ponds and lakes. And
now, did you have the long hair then? Because that could hold you back.
Yeah, it may. I didn't have it then, but I've had it at various times.
How deep were your creeks?
It depends. I mean, sometimes they got pretty deep.
Up to a foot.
We swam in the river. Swam in the river a little bit.
The river's
Yeah.
different. Yeah.
The river's different.
Well, we've walked some creeks where it's like this, and then suddenly it opens up and it
Mhm.
becomes big enough to swim in.
Yeah. I've done this, but I mean, you're talking about that's what, yeah.
I mean, this is Rocky 4. You're training out in the mountains, and he's going to have, high tech.
I'm gonna have a team behind me.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah. You're the Russian.
Yeah.
So
If I can change, we can all
All
change.
change.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's how it's going to end.
And I have brain damage in the next episode.
Did he?
Yeah. Rocky 5 ruins the whole thing.
Oh,
But,
really?
yeah.
Okay.
So there's some new video that's come out just in the last couple of months of a new Bigfoot video. You probably saw that.
I did not. I haven't been on.
On
You
that
know,
kick?
what?
On that Bigfoot kick.
No. I did I see
This looks
this?
like a Harry Potter.
I might have
movie.
seen this. I'm saying I haven't been like. Yes, I did see this. But I yeah. To me, it looks like someone in a suit
I would agree.
because it's like the way he's squatted down and stuff.
I'm sure Colbert had something funny to say about it.
A guy that's never going to get on Colbert now.
No, I'm sure he did.
I don't know. Maybe Bigfoot would squat down if he thought a train was coming.
Yeah, but I think it looks like a suit in the way that sits down. I wouldn't even believe that.
Colbert probably said he's hiding behind the Mueller report or something like that. Really put a fun spin on it. Sorry, Steven.
Well, anyway, that got a lot of national news because it was out there. Now, the guy even who shot it said it's probably a guy in a suit, but I mean, that's pretty elaborate.
Yeah.
Oh, so the guy who shot it claims like I'm not involved. I didn't orchestrate this.
No, he was
but
just on
I
the
still
train.
think it's fake.
He was on the train and just saw it.
So this dude was out here just trying to scare people.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's complete. That makes me even think it's more fake. Like he knew he knew a train went by that, and so
It's a pretty good hoax.
yeah, it's fun.
He was so far away that
So he's hoaxing just for the love of the game. This guy,
It almost doesn't even looks like a guy
Or
in
it's real.
like hunting gear. Like
like a
that.
sniper,
Yeah, like
that
that's
ghillie
what.
suit,
Yeah,
ghillie suit.
Yeah.
What if that Bigfoot just like got in a fight with his wife or whatever, and he's like, you know what? I don't even care if they see me. And he just went out and he just had to blow off some steam out there on the side of the road. He's like, I don't even care now.
I don't even. Doesn't
I
even
don't
care.
even care.
Yeah.
Once out.
Let him see me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
then-
like that.
And he realizes what he
And
did.
then he goes, I shouldn't be out here. And he sits
Yeah.
down.
He hide behind this little bush.
And he blends in pretty good. I told you.
Yeah.
They in a cave.
Yeah. I mean, I wish we could see more of the walk. It seems like it must have been a long walk to get out to where it's at. Show us more of the mountain. How far was
Yeah.
that walk,
Yeah, I mean, it is amazing that are they called Bigfoots or Big Feet?
I think. Oh, I don't know.
I think just Bigfoot. Oh,
Even if it's plural?
Oh, plural.
Is it like
I
deer?
would
Big
think-
feet sounds crazy.
I would think Bigfoots.
Bigfoots?
Yeah.
They're never seen any. I mean, it's so hard. And then the one guy's just, we're out in the wide open in the middle of the
Yeah.
day.
They're so.
You always
mad at
think when
him.
some of them, you're like, if you went to the train conductor and was like, let's stop it.
Mhm.
Let's all go solve this once and for all. We're solve this one.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, let's go up to it.
Yeah.
It takes a train so long to stop, though.
And it looked
Yeah.
like it was going over a bridge or something, didn't it?
Uh huh.
Or maybe not.
No.
No?
Yeah, look, you got to do some climbing. And they're going to have to say all the, well, what if people get hurt and they sue it? Like,
Yeah.
that stuff. How can you not have just a flat, if you're like, if the train conductor goes, if anybody does this, you're on your own. If you get hurt, you cannot, we're all act normal, but you will pay your own bills. Like, we're trying to help as much as we can help, but, because all the companies, they talk about liability.
Mhm.
I don't really know what, they're liable for this stuff, but how could you not just have a sign that says, we're not liable? See you later. There's so much. Well, they would never do that because they're liable for like all this kind of stuff.
They have some stuff, right? Not responsible for lost items or stolen items on it. They have signs like that. They can waive liability.
Yeah. But then they're.
I always hate that in a hotel parking lot when the hotel says not liable if your car gets broken into in the night, and it's like, Why though?
Yeah.
This is your parking lot. You can't give me some kind of
There you
safety.
go. We're not even watching the parking lot.
Yeah.
Just a
Well,
heads
that
up.
means they're not. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're really encouraged you don't leave your luggage or stuff in the car.
Mhm.
Take it in with you.
What if this train stopped? Big feet came out of all the mountain and just
Yeah.
rushed the train.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. Like when Bigfoot is finally exposed, they're like, yeah, we're here and we're taking over.
They're like deer.
Yeah.
There used to be not that many of them, and now
Yeah.
30 million
30 million of them.
Every mile down the interstate, there's another
Just a
dead
dead Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
And we think
Just
that they're
hitting, just hitting 7-foot tall men with your
Yeah.
car
Wow.
constantly.
and we think they're primitive,
Just-
but they got guns and they're like ready to go.
Yeah.
It's a real takeover.
Mm. You think they need guns?
Nah.
You know, I don't know. I don't know if they
They
need
could.
them, but why
Couldn't
not?
hurt.
Yeah.
Couldn't hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would probably take them.
Yeah. Yeah.
If
Why
you
not?
if you offered it to them, they'd be like,
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, I'll
I'll
take it.
keep it on me.
yeah, okay.
Something goes down.
So you just mean you've been so busy you hadn't kept up with like the latest Bigfoot, so, like the newsletters.
You
Uh,
missed the last few
No, like
conferences.
any news stuff, like I haven't. Yeah, I like Twitter. I don't have that on my phone
Yeah.
anymore, and I don't even know my. I had a different one too. I don't know my login, and so it's like I just haven't any kind of like. It's been pretty good. Any
Mhm.
kind of up to date kind of stuff. I don't really know what's going on, which has been nice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, but I did see this. So, there
Yeah.
you go. Whatever that tells you.
Yeah. There was also just a new Loch Ness monster sighting. Pretty good one. I mean, not as good as that, but usually it's nothing. And this one, at least you can see something.
I do believe in the Loch Ness monster. I don't know if I believe in these pictures. I do believe in it.
Yeah, but why have they not just skimmed the whole lake?
I think it's a really
It is a
Deep
really
lake.
big
I
lake.
think it's
mean,
harder to do than you think.
Right there, you can see it's pretty. I think it's
It would take a lot of resources that they're not willing to commit to find a mythical creature, you know.
so like there's a new documentary that's coming out, I think next year, and they just saw, I guess, something while they were out there, and they didn't get video of it, but they now I guess you can collect DNA of the water and send it to some place in Colorado to find out what it is.
Colorado's really got the scoop on it all, huh?
I guess
Yeah.
so. I guess so. So they
Man, that's a good looking picture right there.
Yeah.
looks like an alligator.
It's like a hippo.
It says he took these pictures in 2018, but he was afraid of public ridicule. So he's been holding on to them for 5 years.
I think it was a woman that took it.
Wow.
And now she's fine.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
just like, I guess now the public will be more receptive to this.
They need to know about it.
Yeah, because as time goes on, we're less likely to ridicule.
Yeah. 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 I think the world has got more ridicule.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you should have
yeah.
released it 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, they sent off this DNA to this lab in Colorado, and they said it came back algae based, which is so funny to me because I feel like they just collected some algae.
Yeah.
But they were all excited. They're like, "Oh, okay, tells it's he's an algae based monster." They spun it to make it seem like
algae based as opposed to like a carbon
Yeah.
based.
Here's what I believe happens when you do that. When you send it off, then that facility gets it, sits it on a table, and they go, and then they Google where the lake is, and and it doesn't even really matter. And then they go, we're big, and they really are not doing anything. They're just, it's people in the room going, we're a scientist, and this person has to give me $100 to do this, and then I mail a letter back, and I go, algae based. That's what my aquarium is. What do I care? And then the people go,
ooh, algae based.
Yeah,
algae based.
I agree.
Because I don't know what,
To me, that sounds
because
like
if you can do
nothing.
that, how can you not scan that lake? Because it's harder than if you can take DNA from a lake, how can you not scan it to?
Well, I think you have to get like close to where you actually saw it.
I know, but just go take a thing over it like a printer and just scan it. You can
Or
scan
just
a
a-
whole document. You can scan a picture. You can. Why not just
Like a
picture-
giant printer that just
like
go
a
over
giant,
the whole
just like a
15
giant
miles of lake.
Yeah,
and
you
it
can
goes
park your
over.
car in the driveway. Why can't you land on the moon? That's the same analogy.
That's not the same analogy.
You said
If
you
you're
could scan
looking-
a picture, so
But
you could.
are we not scanning the
lake.
moon or something? Don't they scan the moon and like show the surface of the moon? Or
What do you mean by scan?
Like just show us?
Just check it out.
You know how you see a 3D thing of like when they show a drawing of
Oh,
how
okay.
deep the ocean is.
Yes.
Here's how deep the ocean goes, and they
Right.
show you where
Right.
it goes. How do you know how deep it goes?
I
You
don't
had
think they
to-
do.
Then that's fine. Then you can't do it.
Well, the depth might be one of the easier things to figure out.
Well, you drop a bloop, see how long it falls a rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or something on a string or something.
Oh yeah, you have a string that's 50 miles long.
It's not 50 miles deep, dude.
It's
I think the deepest they can go is like 7 or 8 miles, and I think it goes deeper.
You talking about the ocean?
Yeah,
but if they can figure out how deep the ocean is, why can't you just scan this one lake
Loch Ness, its deepest point is 755 feet.
so they know? So that's
Yeah.
not even that deep.
It's the second deepest lake in Scotland.
wow.
That's not even the first deepest. So this
How deep
Loch
is
Ness monster. I mean,
755
this
feet?
yeah. So
About
Miles.
755 feet.
How many miles? though?
126
It's
fathoms.
Well,
5,280 miles.
What is
A
fathoms?
feet is a mile,
Oh,
We
according
should
to
use
George
fathoms.
Washington.
Yeah,
Fathoms?
yeah, 5,280 feet. Easy number to
It's
remember.
14%. 14% of a mile.
I don't even know what a fathom is though. Well, that said 128 fathoms, which sounds awesome.
Yeah, fathom is a unit of length equal to 6 feet.
Huh.
That's so.
Wow.
That's a. Why don't we use that?
Fathom is. I'm
Yeah.
about a fathom tall.
You're about a fathom tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Dusty's
fun.
about half a
I'm
fathom.
a half a fathom, according to you guys. I'm a half a fathom.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But if that's the second,
Roll Tide, brother.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Fathom. That's a good.
Fathom is fun. Fathom, Fortnite. We need to start pulling this stuff out.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Knot. You ever
Who?
talk about knots?
No,
Yeah, I've
I
heard
mean,
of it.
but people say knots.
in like aeronautics.
Yeah, or nautics.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, like in the water.
Slightly more than 1 mile. Oh, so what's the point? Anyway.
Well-
yeah, I think that. I think it. I don't think they can really. I mean, like some maybe.
but hey, you do 3D. I mean, they have you're mapping. The whole world is mapped. The whole world is mapped. They got a Google car that drives up to around the whole United States of America. We can show you every street in America. So you can't make one of those to go underground.
I think
underwater?
water's harder. Like just like that
I
submarine.
know, but your
thing.
answer, but that doesn't mean their answer can't be, well, water's, well, that's gonna be a little bit tougher. How do you wake up at?
Mhm.
He goes, how do you wake up at night?
Yeah.
What is that, Kramer? When he goes
Telling time.
Telling time. What about night? Well, night's a little tougher.
Look at this. Here's a 3D rendering of Loch Ness. Right
But
here.
even if
Okay.
you did that, he'll
This is
just
what you're talking about, right?
Yes.
But you want to include all like the fish and everything in it?
Yeah, I mean, just maybe type in a big thing. Type in a giant object. Is there a well-like creature swimming around? Maybe if that pops up,
What if there's
then we could-
caves under there that they don't know about?
well, that you can keep exploring. That you could be like, all right, maybe there is caves, and that's why we don't know. But if
Yeah.
it's like we scanned this entire lake, so there it is. You did that, and so if you do that, you can't also have some kind of something sonar, something that beeps and goes like, hey, there's a well over there. We can see if there's sharks and whales, and like we go and can track them. I know we don't have a tracker on it, but
I feel like there has been sonar that is beeps and they think it might be something.
Well, who would be doing this?
I don't know. Maybe just any of the governments, any of the money that they're using. I mean, do something used for any of the
Fun stuff.
Yeah, do some fun stuff. I don't see what else. Again, what else is being solved?
Would there be a
in its
reason?
case?
Would there be a reason though that they wouldn't want
Because
us to know about
Now
a
we're
Loch
talking.
Ness monster?
Well,
I mean, I don't know.
no, there could. Yeah, maybe there. Yeah, if you want to go down that road. But I'm saying.
But I mean, is there though? I'm not saying there is, but I mean, because if we have all this technology, why would they not want to just go, all right, it's not real. It's not in there.
Yeah, I don't. I think it because I think people just the word that decision gets made. that those people are not talking about the Loch Ness monster. And so that's what I think. That's why I don't think it gets done. Because whoever could put money into this is just their days are full of just making bad decisions and
because
and
it's like
choosing to do stuff otherwise. They're
people-
not talking about the Loch Ness monster because they honestly they don't have time to talk about the Loch Ness monster. So they don't think, well, no one cares about the Loch Ness monster. It's because they don't live in a reality where you go, no, we're all talking about the Loch Ness monster every day. And
well, it's like people
we can't
that live around
we
this
can't get past it.
people that live around this lake say that they've spotted it,
Yeah, again, I know, but this is like Bigfoot. Like there has to be. You can't tell me we sent out. Been like, look, here's 30 guys. You're our Bigfoot team. Whatever you need, you can have. We want full proof of a Bigfoot. Why not go figure it out? Either because it's not real, or it's it's.
Well, I think Bigfoot's different, right? Because if this thing is supposedly in this lake, then it's like what you're saying. We have all this tracking, we have all this scanner, we have the rendering of the lake. Why not go in there and just
It's
be
contained.
like, all right, it's not in here.
Yeah,
We've officially can tell you that it's not in here.
yeah,
Why not just do that?
yeah.
I mean,
would
if they
agree.
did, the enthusiasts would be like, "You don't know. It's a giant lake. And there's no way you could scan that whole
Yeah, I
lake."
don't know if you could ever convince somebody of that. It's also hard to justify the funding for that. I'm guessing if you're an elected official.
I don't see
There's
how
a lot of funding
What
for
it-
things that
yeah.
doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I mean, if you
I
really
think this is funding people could get behind.
easy. This
I mean-
I honestly believe people would get because they'd be like,
Yeah.
at least I'll get to see
yeah.
something done.
Right.
Like this is the thing I'm telling you. When you give all this money to cancer and all this stuff, and nothing is getting. It feels like we're getting nowhere.
But if I were running against you, I'd make you look like a loon, dude.
I don't think you
I'd
would.
go, yeah, you want to
Shift
get
that money.
50 million to go find a unicorn. I'm trying to solve real problems over
Then
here.
what was your plan to solve it? Because you don't solve it. I'm actually going to show you that I can solve a problem.
Well,
by
yeah, we're going to cross
Ending this.
the Loch Ness monster off the list.
It's a thing that's
Congrats.
been
The
going around.
healthcare system's failing. I mean, you're wasting time
Yeah, why don't-
searching for fairies and leprechauns.
Yeah, but no money. The healthcare
It's
you're
Ireland.
yeah, you're
It's all a
just
blur.
putting money and wasting money into like who knows is sending money
Yeah.
anywhere. You're just sending money to pointless things that we keep coming
At
to.
least I'm trying to solve real problems.
But you're not because
Yeah.
every election is well. Let me tell you how I can solve. Nothing has actually ever been completely like
Yeah.
it's nothing like I want to just show you something that's marked off that goes.
You'll
we're
get to the
done with
bottom
that.
of it.
We're getting done
And
with
this
that.
is
Like,
where you were starting.
Yeah, JFK stuff.
Literally.
You could be like, we're going to get done with. Like I'm going to
Uh-huh.
solve the JFK. Here's the stuff. It is solved. It is done, and then
Yes.
that's done.
JFK
like-
Loch Ness monster.
If they
Yeah.
could say
And
there
Bigfoot. Well, I
is
might as
a
well do
Loch
Bigfoot.
Ness
Yeah.
monster, imagine the tourism that could come to this area. Right now, there's tourism off of a conspiracy of a Loch
Well, they
Ness.
might not, and
Yeah,
that,
that's
it
right.
might kill it if they go and there is no Loch Ness monster.
Mm-hmm.
That's the other thing.
yeah.
You don't want to reveal that it's not there because then that's
And they might not let
them.
them go. So I could see they go, no, you're not allowed to go do it because maybe you do want the myth of this thing. Like it's fun to say it's there or whatever. They could solve stuff.
But what if we found out there were a whole species of these things, and then
Well,
we could?
that famous photo is now 90 years old.
Yeah, what if there was a whole species and we could, start breeding them and have them in zoos and aquariums, and now it's suddenly a new animal that we've discovered, in the 2000s to be like, look what we did, look at this great achievement.
Is the belief that it's only one thing, or is it like Bigfoot where it's a bunch of them?
Well, that's why my point is they call it the Loch Ness monster.
Or
but-
Nessie.
Nessie.
Yeah.
Yeah, she would have to be dead now.
Yeah, I was going to say we can just. What if it was there? It's probably gone.
But
right?
what if there were multiple?
What if you found the body of it?
What's the
Yeah.
oldest animal that's ever lived?
Turtle, right?
Yeah.
200 years
Yeah,
old.
like 200 years old.
So this
As
have
far
they been
as we
talking
know.
about Loch Ness for?
That photo's 90 years old. They think that might be a circus, or not a circus, but just an elephant that they let in the water.
I don't believe any of the videos and pictures, but I believe accounts of people that say they've seen things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
in
but
this
but the only thing with that is like you can hear stuff and see stuff. Like if you're out in the woods on your own, you're going to hear whatever your mind wants you to hear.
Yeah.
If you want to see a Bigfoot, you can go see a Bigfoot because your mind is just the brain is insane.
I do think there's something in these, like some mystery in these lakes and oceans that we don't know about.
I agree too. I mean,
Yeah.
we know nothing about the oceans.
Yeah.
So I'm going to concede a point to you guys because I'm reading this that the University of Copenhagen has been tracking a shark in the waters of the Arctic that they believe is between 272 and 512 years old. First of all, that's a huge range for age. Who knows how old this thing is? But if we're able to track a random shark in the ocean, surely we can just track down and find an individual thing.
But
And
you got
that's
to
what I'm
catch it.
saying.
They caught it and then put a tracker on it.
I know that, but they found this.
They found it.
Well, if we catch the Loch Ness monster, we shouldn't lose him.
You
but-
think we'll tag it and throw it back in?
Yeah.
Like it's a
I
bass?
just don't think
think-
you. How would you not already found it? Like
Yeah.
there's something that tells me they don't want you to go look for it because the whole town
tourism.
is built on this.
Yeah.
If I went to the Loch Ness, it would all just go away.
There's a clam named Ming who lived to 507 years old. And then in 2006,
How can you
marine
tell?
biologist accidentally killed Ming by prying open his shell.
Jeez.
Oh,
How do you accidentally kill him? You accidentally pried open his shell?
I think you just mix it in with like your lunch that day or something by accident.
Yeah.
And just, you're like, oh man, that was Ming.
There's a
What
good
was
gen-
that?
one of-
Killed by Ming?
How would he not?
Ming was the name
Oh,
of
Ming
the
was-
clam.
Yeah.
I'd like to know the name of the scientist that killed Ming.
Well, saying accidentally killed it, you pried it open. So that's, and then, hey, why don't you just grab another clam and go, oh, that wasn't Ming.
yeah.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How are you going to tell?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, there's some mystery out there, and it's like, we talked about this, but when they discovered the gorilla, like the early 1900s or something, it's like, we need our own discovery for this millennium.
Yeah.
The oceans, 91%, I don't know how they know this if they don't know the species. 91% of ocean species have yet to been classified. And more than 80% of the ocean is unmapped, unobserved, and unexplored. So there could be a lot of stuff in there.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe
80% of the ocean.
this lake has some cave connecting to the ocean, and Loch Ness
I think
dips
people
back
don't.
out.
I think people don't want to go look for stuff, too. Like you gotta, if you really look at it, to go map an ocean is probably very boring and takes a lot of time,
A lot of money.
a lot of money. Again, I don't know
Well,
where
scary,
you're making the money
too.
up to be. You're like, but whatever it is, the money is. If it doesn't make sense for like our Earth to be. We're all on this Earth. We should all be like, well, let's map the oceans. Let's.
That's
figure
my
that
whole
out.
argument against space exploration. It's like 90% of the ocean is not explored, and we're like, let's go to Mars.
You can do both.
I'm saying, but
They're doing both.
I know, but
let's put
I
some
know what it
focus
means. It's like let's
But-
go
our
really
home
figure
planet.
out these oceans.
We have
Yeah.
to leave Earth at some point, though,
why?
Do we?
because the sun is going to explode. This is
Yeah, but that's in billions of years.
well. At what point do we have to start thinking about
I think we could map the ocean
I
before
don't
we
think.
Yeah.
get to that.
I think we just do what we do, and then they're and the ones that need to leave will know how to leave.
Yeah.
It's not for us to like.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You're trying to figure out a problem a billion years away. Well, that's a pointless problem.
At
to
some
solve.
point you have to, right?
I thought you were going to say our natural resources would run
Yeah.
out.
Well, that's part of it too, but also
But
there-
maybe there's
that's-
more
there
below the
is
ocean.
an eventual, like, the sun will explode, the sun will die, it will swallow the earth.
Yeah, well, we got some
Well,
time
yeah,
on that one.
Yeah,
I'm
we
all
do-
over the place.
We do have time,
Yeah.
but how many planets out there in the universe have there been where they just died off because they didn't?
But you're looking
they didn't
so
plan for the
far that you're not
Yeah.
that you're forgetting about the people that
Yeah.
the problems that are right now.
right.
Yeah, what do
So,
they
like,
say?
if
Don't
you-
put the
there-
cart before the horse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Your cart is
Way ahead.
yeah.
You can't even find the
You
cart right
just
now.
brought the cart,
Right.
left the horse back there,
Yeah.
and they go, "Well, who's going to carry this?"
Right. You got to look forward.
And you go, "Well, the sun's going."
How's your light year been? You know what I mean? You
yeah?
gotta look.
How's your
for-
light year been? Yeah,
That's good.
if you want to help the people out that are going to have to solve this, you need to go solve. You need to just be the master of our own domain.
Absolutely.
You need to just let's know everything about our world. Who cares about what the future is? Let's have the answers for this.
Absolutely.
But I mean, your answers about the future are all like kind of like guesses.
What if
We could actually give you no, that's the thing. Nothing is fun in solving the actual problem that we need now.
You don't think it's fun trying to figure out how to go to a different planet, set up shop on Mars?
Very, very fun.
Yeah.
And a child would think like that it goes, well, all right, well, here's your fun ideas on how to get to another planet. What's our oceans? Well, I don't know. Oceans are dark and I don't like them.
What if there's
that's your answer to oceans?
under ocean civilization down there?
Yeah.
And they actually have all the space technology that we
And
need.
they're, yeah, what if,
Well,
And the key was right here all along.
yeah. Guess what?
Right.
What if when the sun explodes, why would we not want to just go live underwater?
Yeah.
It'd be nice and cool down there.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Plenty of salt for the dogs to lick. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Why would you not figure that? That's the same thing as living on space or another planet. You got to breathe,
Mhm.
but it's much easier. We can work on this problem. And you know how many people can work on it? Everybody.
All of us.
Because there's the water.
Yeah.
Even he believes there's an ocean.
Yeah. Exactly.
We got everybody.
Everybody's on board. with
Everybody's on board with it.
okay. All right.
Well,
Because the money is better used in a make believe, like, because the more I can go raise money, everybody can see the ocean. So if you're trying to raise money, everybody's like, well, there's the ocean.
Mhm.
But if I go, all right, but there's Mars and there's all this stuff that only this person knows, and you get to believe in that person then and go like, ooh, that person's saying a lot of stuff that I've never heard, and I bet they're right, and I like them. So yeah, go do that. Solve how to get to Mars.
Let's walk into NASA and go, listen, we're shutting it down. All of you now focus on the oceans.
You're now called NOSO.
Yeah. You're going to focus inwardly.
Yeah.
Instead
National
of outward.
Ocean. What is NASA?
National Ocean Space and Organization.
Yeah. Ocean
There you go.
space. I like that.
NOSA.
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 Yeah. NOSA.
National Ocean Space.
National Ocean.
Ocean
Space.
space. Ocean
Ocean
space.
space.
Yes.
No space though. We got rid of space.
Well, it's like the ocean, the space
Yeah.
of ocean.
Yeah.
What does A stand
Ocean
for?
stuff? That's
Ocean
what it's-
stuff.
Yeah. Ocean stuff.
National
Ocean Stuff
Stuff
Association.
Association.
Yeah.
NOSA. NOSO. And you
No.
go,
Organization.
yeah.
There
Well,
you go.
but not organization. We just do National Ocean Stuff Ocean. And you
Yeah.
say ocean again.
No,
Because then,
really,
because
hammer
once
it
you get to the ocean stuff, yeah.
yeah.
Once you get to the ocean
Yeah.
stuff, then everybody goes, hey, well, something space has got to come out. And you go,
Yeah, no.
ocean again.
Yeah.
We're doubling down.
Yeah.
We only do ocean stuff. And we're the national.
It
We're
can
the
even
national. We're the national.
be National Ocean Sea Ocean. Just to,
Oh.
so we're all bodies
National
of
Ocean
water.
Sea Ocean.
Yeah. So it's like all bodies of water.
Mm-hmm.
while you're looking that up, why don't you tell us about HelloFresh, Dusty?
I'd love to. Hello, folks, to HelloFresh. With HelloFresh, you get fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. That is why it's America's #1 meal kit. The holidays are right around the corner, and HelloFresh can take the stress out of dinner by delivering everything you need to cook up tasty meals right to your door, saving you tons of time. Quick and easy recipes and 15-minute meals can get a tasty dinner on the table in less time than it takes to get takeout and or delivery. Plus, it's 25% cheaper than takeout. So that's good. I had a great experience with HelloFresh. I ordered the family-friendly selection, and that's exactly what we got. That is true. The Parmesan, chive, chicken, and potatoes were delicious. The cooking directions were clear and simple, and in the end, we loved how the flavors complemented each other. The zucchini penne casserole, penne. Is it penne? The zucchini
Yes.
penne casserole was the perfect hearty dish on a rainy day. My toddler loved it. My wife wrote these actually, so it's from the heart here. HelloFresh even sent us pizzadillas, a lunch and snack combo. I've had a lot of coffee and I can't read. We were able to make the food and keep it in the fridge for when my kids wanted it after nap time. We liked how we liked how we liked how fresh the produce is at HelloFresh, and the serving sizes were perfect for my growing family. Go to HelloFresh.com/Nate and Nate. Oh, okay. Okay. Go to HelloFresh.com/NatelandFree and use code NatelandFree for free breakfast for life. I'm the worst reader of all time. I'm sorry.
No. Zucchini beanie.
One breakfast item per box while subscription is active. That's free breakfast for life at HelloFresh.com/NatelandFree with code NatelandFree, America's #1 meal kit.
There it is.
Might be the first ad where they go, y'all did too long.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
You don't have to read everything.
Zucchini peenie.
HelloFresh reaches out and go, let's cut it down a little bit.
Zucchini. Well, that way, if they hit the 30-second skip button, they'll still get a little taste at the end.
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
they'd
They get
have
a
to
few
hit it.
taste.
They're going to think the podcast should be titled HelloFresh.
Zucchini peenie.
So in Indonesia, there is a remote island called Sumatra, and there's a creature called the orang pendek, and it's kind of supposedly mixed between like a monkey and a human. And for over 100 years, local villagers, different people, tribes have said that they've spotted this thing. And these,
I've seen this video.
these guys on this motorcycle were out riding, and this is kind of recent. And there's video of them and they see the thing running.
It's wild.
That's a spear in its hand.
Oh, really?
Oh, man.
Yeah. Now, I think it knocked one of the guys. It's
This
down.
video's wild.
I mean, it's hard to see.
Watch this.
Yeah, there he is.
Ooh.
And he looks back at the guy knocked down, and then they kind of take off. They see him a little bit more. There he is running. And then, if you're listening at home, just go. And then
Yeah.
He runs into the.
Then he runs in the high
grass.
grass. And
Yeah.
He's gone.
Yep.
So what about that interaction? You would think this is anything other than a human. That just looks totally like a human being to
It
me.
runs
It
really
does?
fast.
Yeah, just like an uncontacted tribe guy.
Okay.
Kind of got lost.
I mean,
That's
it's
what it
hard
looks
to-
like to me.
Is he naked?
Oh yeah, well they wear a little loincloth, but they don't. They haven't.
I
What?
mean, to bring Lebanon into this.
Naked.
That's why I don't think we're that deep into science and stuff. I don't think they let us because of that. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's just every smart Southern person we got just a guy going, was he naked? And you're like, dude, we're trying to solve like real stuff, man. And then that just
It sets us back.
it sets us back,
Yeah.
and they're like, we can't
Yeah.
walk this guy out to talk to the world
Yeah.
about. I think we found an untouched alien. He was naked, and the whole universe is like, what? This guy's in charge. We go. We're gonna listen to him.
Yeah, that's true. Now, I read the comments on YouTube. People say it's fake, but I don't know. Not everybody.
That's what the comments said. I thought
Everybody's
you were
like,
gonna break down the comments. I read the comments. Typical stuff. They said fake. So here we are.
I've seen this video. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I don't think it's a human.
It made me want to go ride those dirt bikes.
Yeah.
That looked fun.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I was
Yeah.
like,
That's
I've
your
never rode a
takeaway?
dirt bike, and I was
that
like,
seems fun.
It does.
yeah, you can wear a helmet. I like anything with a helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially if you took your dog. Your dog probably sniffed for a while after that thing went into the grass like that.
Yeah, that would be. I don't know. You'd have to keep it. Maybe get one of those like e-bikes. Probably take one of those would even be better. We're not doing an ad, but it's if you took one of those and rode it, probably not as fast. Probably for
But you don't think on some remote island there could be something that we've never encountered before?
potentially. Yeah. But there's a bunch of stuff we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, I bet there's more.
That's why we need to leave here and go to Mars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we don't even know everything. What are we gonna tell Mars about us when we get there?
Mars is like, how's your oceans? We're like, well, we only know about 10%.
We didn't do
of
the
it.
motion because with oceans, where all the good stuff's
You
at.
think when
You
we
go, "Whoa."
when we meet Mars, the first thing you're gonna go, dude, tell us about your oceans.
No, he's gonna
They don't
say
have a lot of water. Maybe
We've been to Mars. There's nobody there.
we barely been there.
Yeah. Yeah, that is. Yeah, we sent a robot.
I mean, that's
out
like,
there,
yeah,
right?
we went to, that's like going to Earth and being like, well, I drove to Old Hickory and no one else is on Earth. You're like, it's a whole Earth. It's a whole world.
Well, okay, that's true. They could be on the other
And
side.
Mars is bigger than Earth, right? A good bit bigger.
No,
No.
it's smaller.
Is it smaller?
How much smaller? How much? Where? How many?
I'll say 2/3 of Earth.
all. What does that even mean?
So you could have-
How many Americas can fit in Mars?
Mars is only slightly more than half the size of Earth.
So you could land in the Grand Canyon of Earth and ride your rover around and be like, "There's nobody around."
Nobody.
Yeah.
You got to see the sky. How are we going to move all? Some people ain't moving,
Yeah.
and
We're gonna need to know about the oceans.
that's why you're already. Because you want to, when they start moving people, you're like, well, I said from the beginning,
Yeah.
where's all the, we should be moving.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think those are the people that are going to get an opportunity to leave. It's just going to be
Yeah. When
Our
is the
best
sun
and
really
brightest.
going to,
couple billions of years left.
and we're planning it now?
Well, only Aaron.
No, I'm saying I think we should. I mean, at what point do we need to think about it? In
What are you-
4.5 billion years, the sun will die and our solar system will not survive it.
Dude,
I'd
that's
say-
so funny. Do you know that?
I'd say in 4
The-
billion years,
the
we should start worrying about it.
arrogance to think we could solve something that society 1 billion years from now, they would still use our stuff.
At what point do you get started?
At 4 billion years.
Yeah. 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 I
Give it that 0.5.
Yeah,
500 million
I think
years.
right now it's still like on Discovery Earth mode.
Yeah.
And when you're
Yeah.
a million years from now,
Yeah.
if you want to, a million years from now, you're going to still be like, hey, remember when I invented that wrench that's supposed to help the spaceship go to Mars? And they're like, yeah, we do remember that, man. Thanks, dude. Oh, you're still using that, aren't you? Yeah, we could have figured it out probably on our own because we're, we can breathe underwater now because we're millions of years different. That's what you think.
Imagine if these cavemen were sitting around going, we should invent something like a wheel or something to get, and they go, come on, dude. But think about where that wheel's taking us now.
But
I
what
know,
if they were
but they're
like,
not-
we won't need the wheel for another 4.5 billion
Yeah.
years?
But I'm saying you invent the wheel for the time being. You don't, if a caveman goes, hey, I'm building this wheel so when we have to move to another planet, you'd be like, well, you're obnoxious and annoying and not solving the problems we have right now.
But what if also by getting started, you're doing the most amazing thing human beings have ever done? Do you think there's any value in going, let's do the most amazing thing that's ever been
There
done
is
before?
for the people that are on the earth right now and for
Sure.
the future.
Sure.
So, but if you're skipping ahead and you're really mentally thinking about the end goal, the end thing, like, well, let's get started because then we can use this for Mars. That I believe is arrogant, and that I believe is
This is
not
arrogant.
you're saying.
I
I'm
know,
not
I
saying
know,
you're.
I know.
Yeah, I don't mean it by you at all.
Yeah.
But that thought process is ridiculous. I think to be like, well, that's the same thing where they go, if we have so many problems here, let's solve the problems here and not worry about this other kind of stuff. I get your like whatever you could be going to, you could be doing this stuff, but they solved the will for them. And then
Right.
and then the wheel, I can't say it, but we still use it today. Like obviously that's changed everything. But if they would have said, we're going to make this now for cars and then only thought about, well, how can we use this for a car? Well, now you're like to the cart in front of the horse thing. You're so far, you can't even solve a problem now. Because if you the first wheel would not have worked on a car. But if they're trying to make it for this, it's something you can't even imagine.
Yeah.
You don't even know what Mars looks like. So if you're trying to be like, well, this is a thing that's going to use for Mars one day, I'm sure everything will be used for as it goes forward.
Right.
Just dominate your time on Earth.
Let's put it on the calendar.
Yeah.
4.5 billion years.
And
and then we'll start to pay attention to it. And
I'm
then-
all for space exploration, though, because a lot of other stuff could happen. Asteroid could hit Earth.
Right.
The
Yes,
dinosaurs
okay.
could get
Look,
wiped
You're
out.
right. I'm not saying you don't go see this stuff, but
Yeah.
if everything is if everything you're solving right now, it's like be awesome at your time. When your time is here, be the best at your time
What
and
if-
create things going forward. If
what
we're
if the
already,
cure for cancer is at the bottom of the ocean?
it probably is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
What if it is? And
It
we're
prob-
like out here looking at space.
What if it's on Mars, dude?
but it's like if you were like saying like when someone invents something and they're trying to invent something for here's the invention of if I'm trying to make people that are deaf be able to hear. And I want the people on Earth that are deaf. That technology probably can be used to look at Mars.
Sure.
But I mean, but solve it for the deaf people. Don't start thinking like just skip the deaf people and be like,
I know, but it'd be more noble if you were really saying that. But you just said we should move cancer research to find the Loch Ness monster and
I'm
go
saying,
down in our oceans.
I think we have the money for a lot of things.
Yeah.
So
Right.
you could.
And there's
you could
other
go,
projects.
You could go do it. The Loch Ness monster thing is just to be like, just show me that you will solve something.
Yeah.
Nothing is being solved. If you're only attacking problems that can really never be solved except with time, well, then that money's just like, or whatever your time and investment is just being like kind of lost. And if everybody's doing that, I'm not saying you don't have some people doing that, but if everybody's doing that, then no one's ever getting to the end of something. So nothing is really getting solved, it feels like. No one's just going like, hey man, that thing is over. So all of our brain, and the Loch Ness, I'm not saying you go do it for the Loch Ness monster, but it's like, just show me that you can solve something. The technology you could use to solve the answer of a Loch Ness monster, I would imagine would be pretty good technology for Mars or wherever you're going. Else you want to go.
Right.
You can go track down like whatever it
How
is.
you gonna track down a planet if you can't track down an animal?
If you don't know the answer of your own planet, how can you not? You don't know the answer of the planet you're
telling
on.
me Mars ain't going around faster than the Loch Ness
If you
monster?
go see an alien and you go to the alien, you go, do you know everything that exists on your planet? They're going to go, yeah. Why would we not know everything that exists on our planet? We're going to go, well, there's a lot of stuff that people wonder
I just don't know why you can't do both. I think we are.
Because
you're not doing both, though. The answer to this stuff is not getting solved. The Loch Ness stuff is not getting solved. You can go read all your articles about the future that you want. It's all like, if this happens and this happens and this, like, it's all that kind of stuff. So I'm just saying, there feels like there's a lot more people thinking about the future than there is about the present. And the thing is, you need to be dominant in the present. The present is what sets up the future. We need the cavemen, to make the will just for them to get their things around. I don't need them to make the will to think about the car. I need them to make the will to get their family food. And that's it.
Well, what I'm saying is now in 2023, a lot of us have our basic needs met. We can afford to start thinking long term about
But you can't keep bringing up problems like the world toilet. You can't. The toilet, you like that thing, or like any other. You can't keep bringing up these things and being like, well, there's homeless and there's hunger. All right, then it's not solved. If these, either they're unsolvable, and we need to have to somewhat move on, like figure this out. We're getting clogged into this system to be like, you can't move forward. It's like getting stuff off your list. Like if you want to go I'm trying to work on it now. Like we talked about before, like sitting in silence, like really knocking something off your list. If I need to go work out or need to go run in the morning, if I need to go do this, I need to, and I'm not good at it, I'm just learning, but I have to get it done. And then I don't think about it the rest of the day. But if I'm thinking about it the rest of the day, it becomes an overwhelming thing. I then don't want to do it. And then I can then talk myself into going, I'm just going to go to McDonald's. I'll start tomorrow. All that kind of stuff. That happens in if that can happen to me, I'm no different than a scientist. Scientist is not God. They're just people. So they're going to have the same emotions and feelings that anybody else would have. So you would just go, all right, well, we got homeless everywhere. We got all this stuff. And you're like, yeah, that doesn't bog you down. And you're going to sit and go, oh, well, we need electric cars. Yeah, man. But like, I can't really focus on electric cars when I'm getting every light I stop at. I'm getting asked for money. Like, is there something to this? You need to clean it up. You know what I mean? Like of course, there's going to be people that can do it. You got to delegate. You can do all the things.
Let's pay the homeless to look for Bigfoot.
I mean,
there you go.
that's one of the better ideas I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And because that's fun.
Yeah.
I would go out there with them.
Allocate some government funds.
You would say, if your taxes went to, like, you're like, all right, I like sometimes the world is everybody on Earth, humans are not dumb. They're not dumb. but you get talked to very dumb.
Right.
And so they end up going, they use so many words and they make so much laws and all this stuff be so big that no one could ever go through any of this stuff. And so no one can just see what you're like, well, what's the money going to? It's like kind of this, we're say this, but then it's going to 50 other things. And then all you hear is like, we're trying to find Mars. And you go, well, I'll go to that. Well, what does that look like? That looks like a bigger thing than just going to, that looks insane.
Yeah.
And it's like a giant, giant thing. And if you want to just write it off as going, yeah, the money's going to go to Mars. Okay. If the money's going to go to that toilet, is it going to give a family? That's what I mean. If you're going to, we're going to give money to Derek for what they do with GOD, and they go to Africa. But I've given money to like, there's water in this town.
Yeah.
And I can see the water in the town, and the people are going. There has to be a version of that with everything, that you can't just go, well, it's a bunch of stuff you don't understand. Well, there's a point that I have to, maybe if we don't understand it, we shouldn't be going that far ahead.
Yeah.
Like go far enough to where you should be able to always explain it back. Like that's almost everything that you should look for should be like, well, can you explain it to a regular person that's not in your field?
That's an Einstein quote. Einstein said the exact same thing.
Oh, really?
About.
See,
There you go.
Stumbled upon something.
Nailing it.
What about like a private company though, like Elon Musk?
Yeah, he can do whatever. I mean, you can go. Anybody can go do whatever they want to go do. I'm not. I don't care what people do. But Elon Musk made Teslas. You're seeing Teslas. Whatever you want to say about it, it's like we needed electric cars. There's an electric car. I can ride an and he's moved forward. Like whatever it is, something got solved.
Yeah.
Like if they're, he has that whatever else he's trying to do. I don't,
How about SpaceX, and he's trying to go to Mars and stuff.
Then he can go to Mars. I'm not saying you can't go to Mars. I don't think he takes. It's just it's his money.
That's right. That's what I'm asking.
So it's like if it's your money, I'm not here to tell you how to spend it. I'm just saying it gets very loose.
But we could use an Ocean X.
Political.
We could use an Ocean X.
I think we should, yeah. And maybe we know more about the ocean than maybe there's a reason. At least just come out and go, you know why we're not going for the ocean? Because we generally think there's nothing down. We've looked at where we think there would be stuff, and it just would be a wasted resource to go look for, but give the answer.
And maybe they're afraid of awakening the great octopus down there, and they find out that they're highly intelligent, and they do take over.
Well, they did just find, I think you're searching that quote, 2 octopus cities kind of made by octopus. Am I saying, I don't know what plural of octopi?
Octopi or octopuses, either one works.
So there's some crazy stuff going on in the oceans.
See, that's what I'm saying. Maybe they're like, listen, we get down there, start messing around with them. They're going to be like, well, we'll start coming up there.
I mean, every time we go to the ocean, we come back with something.
Yeah.
I mean,
look at this guy.
We don't, every time we're down there going, all right, I'll go look. We're like, well, look what we found.
You telling me this guy doesn't have some wisdom?
Yeah.
He could tell us. Those things have been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Why don't we try to make them be able to talk?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What about this?
Yeah.
We will at NOSO.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
NOSO.
NOSO. National Ocean Sea Ocean.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like stuff.
Ocean stuff.
Stuff is fun.
Yeah.
Stuff is fun.
National Ocean Stuff Ocean. NOSO. I feel like the other O should be National Ocean Stuff. Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's what it
National
is.
Ocean Stuff, obviously.
And then put a little comma in there.
Yeah.
Ocean stuff only.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
There you go.
ocean stuff.
National-
Look at that. Notre
National
Dame. That's
Ocean
why he
Stuff.
went.
Yes.
That's why you need
Yeah.
college.
It is.
Because they come up with stuff like
Look
that.
at these
dude.
words.
National Ocean Stuff only.
National
we're not
Ocean
even doing
Stuff
other
Right,
only.
right.
Only. And people try to bring in other stuff. And we
Mhm.
go,
Not till we've explored all the
Except
oceans.
the
I
Loch,
don't care about the weather.
the Loch Ness. That we'll make that exception.
Obviously, the Loch Ness.
Yeah.
Some lake stuff. We do some lake stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll,
We do a little. We do a little lake.
Water related.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
water related.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're mainly ocean. Yeah, we'll go check out. Obviously, the people want us to go look at some lakes. We'll go look at some lakes.
It's got to be at least a knot deep, though. You know
And
what I
then
mean?
A fathom.
Yeah.
ASLS, which is another division, and some lake stuff. And then,
Yes.
so we have a smaller, on top of NOSO, we have a smaller ASLS.
Yeah.
And that branch is, what do y'all do? We do some lake stuff.
What was Lou Gehrig's disease?
ALS.
No. So we won't make it A. So we'll get rid of this SLS.
Some
lake
lake
stuff.
stuff. Yeah.
So SLS, NOSO, and SLS.
Yeah.
Some lake stuff.
Maybe we make it one long one. No, so and then do ALS attach.
SLARS. What do we call it? We'll call it SLARS.
Yeah.
SLARS. SLARS. That's some lake and river stuff.
Yeah.
Because we
I
will
like
do
a SLARS.
We'll do river.
No,
as
so
well.
and SLARS.
You can almost do sleigh, some lake and. All right, never mind.
Yeah.
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 Why it's tough.
Yeah, the why is tough.
Some lakes and yeah.
Yeah.
And why? Why are we here?
Yeah.
All right, what about this?
I like SLARS though. SLARS sounds like you're struggling to say it.
Yeah. And I'm going to do a dusty callback because this is the day of the dusty callback.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to preach anybody. I'm just,
Of
this
course.
is me
Of
just
course.
like, I'm kind of thinking out loud.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't control those thoughts because they were just going.
Right.
I'm just asking a question.
sure.
I want it to just be dumbed down to me.
Yeah, let's figure out how to find everything on Earth. The idea that we think we've got it all figured out or we're just not going to explore it is unacceptable. We got a lot of people without a lot of unemployment. Let's put them to work.
Yeah.
Let's get some funding and be like, hey,
If you're
Find
unemployed,
Bigfoot.
that would
Yeah.
be, that's it. Look, there is no unemployment.
Rickshaw driver.
Unemployment is you're finding Bigfoot. That's what we call the new unemployment.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
you want to be
So-
homeless? You're finding Bigfoot.
Yeah.
We'll set you up with a tent. You can camp anywhere you want.
Anywhere you want,
But you
do whatever
gotta
you
be-
want.
We're gonna have 7% of the population looking for Bigfoot
Yeah.
at all times.
That's a ton.
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
bunch of people.
And you're going to get them out in the woods, so it's not.
Well,
as-
there's an organization called SETI, Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence.
Well, we
Oh,
can't, but I mean,
But my point is that's the same thing. That's real,
They make coolers too.
real
yes.
jobs.
But even looking for aliens, like we have submarines. You don't have spaceship. It costs. Why would you choose the thing that cost you? Is it $1 billion, $100 million
A lot of money.
every one?
Probably.
They were just
at
blowing up
first.
out here.
At first.
Yeah.
And then you get to Mars and you find it, and then you melt the water on Mars, the frozen water that's on Mars. You melt that, and then you can separate the hydrogen and the oxygen. You can make fuel from that. So it's going to cost less money eventually.
But if we have the technology of all this, of map reading and all this, why would we not be using it on the oceans? And we already invented submarines. I'll give you those dime a dozen. He goes, how many submarines?
Yeah.
He goes, what do you want? It's like a penguin.
Yeah,
He
those
goes,
are-
the guy that sells penguins is like, what do you want, a submarine? I'll give you a
throw it
submarine.
into the submarine.
go-
Yeah.
He goes, those are,
It's like a Honda
he goes,
Accord.
I got too many submarines. How many do you want?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Make Mars come to us.
Yeah.
Make Mars go.
The whole point is to get farther away from the sun.
Oh, Mars is like, we'd like to see what's going on
And our
Earth.
best move is just to hop over a planet.
What about go to the moon?
Well, that's a good place to start, right?
Yeah.
What's the next?
They're
planet?
going to go in a million years when they're still reading our books, apparently, that we wrote. Because thank goodness they go, well, let's go back. Can you imagine? They're going to go, let's go back 4 billion years ago.
We're laying the foundation. That's
a
the
guy
whole
that
point.
went to Notre Dame wrote,
You have a biological drive to
we
preserve
probably
the species.
need to leave this planet.
You don't feel any do you care? This genuine question.
Okay. I'll give it.
Do you care at all whether humanity continues to exist down the line indefinitely?
It's hard. It's hard to really wrap you, like you can say you do, and I don't know if anybody can. It's unimaginable. I can't even.
If you found out, if I told you definitively 1 million years from now, all humans are dead, that wouldn't bum you out a little bit?
But you're talking about
No, it-
4.5
yeah, it would-
billion.
it would-
let's
it would-
get there.
All right. It would. Yeah. It would. But it would bum me out, and it also wouldn't, because who am I to be thinking about the people in 1 million years? Like you just overly don't think about anybody that's around you. I can impact what's around me, and hopefully that impact will then translate into 1 million years.
Mhm.
That these people are great people I can just try to influence great people around me, and then that influence can keep spreading and keep
Mhm.
growing.
Mhm.
And so that's the thing that you could hope for. But no, if you're going to sit there and go like, I'm bummed out about the world ending in a million years, how do you even have a feeling for that? How do you even emotionally have you
I wouldn't be bummed out.
You
by
can't even. Yeah, you can't even. That to me, and I'm saying it's not. I'm not saying it like I'm saying it to you. It feels like a very me problem. Like it's someone that's not thinking about other people. You're even though you think you're thinking about the easiest people to think about the farthest away, which is like I get to care about people that I can't even imagine their existence. But then I get to be like, ooh, I care about these people. As you're looking at a person that has problems, you go, but I'm thinking about a basically Loch Ness monster. What do you think people are going to look like in a million years? What do you think the world is going to look like?
I have
You
no idea.
probably can't imagine.
I think we're
but
lucky
you're
to get 10.
you're already sad for them, and you can't be sad for the people now. That seems crazy. So no, I don't think I care for.
I think you
I'll
could be
do
both.
the best.
Again, you can be
What?
sad for the people now.
That's the lunatic. You can't. But nothing. That's how stuff doesn't get solved. Is when you do both.
2050
Is when you go.
tops.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
2050 tops.
Yeah.
I think everything's gone by then.
Yeah, and you're not even bummed out about that. And that's a real answer.
Yeah.
I think you can't. It's only being worried about the future. If you want to talk about where anxiety comes from and all this stuff comes from, it comes from problems that are not here yet. That's where it comes from. It's the person that's in it is usually not like anxious. I don't know this. I don't know for sure, but I'd imagine like, when you don't have money to pay for your bills and you're working 2 jobs, you're not anxious. You don't have the luxury to worry about people from a million. That's so arrogant. That's so crazy.
You would never, but you would think, I want them to solve the Loch Ness monster real quick.
No, I know, but I'm not saying you don't go solve their problem, but I'm saying at least this is I'm giving you a problem that can be solved.
Right. It is in front of us and it's right now.
Versus a problem that you can always come back to me and tell me it can't be solved.
Right.
Going to Mars is, I don't know if I will ever be alive. I don't know if any of it, we might not know this for 200 years if we can go to Mars or not. And then just one day be like, never mind. Pluto's not a planet.
Yeah.
Like you go your whole life learning, I had that joke about it, but you learn your whole life Pluto's a planet. Just to like that, just a blink of an eye, they go, nope, not a planet. And you go, oh, okay. Well, I spent, 15 years. That's how long I was in school. No, but I spent forever in school telling me it was a planet and y'all just wiped it out.
That's how heartless scientists are.
Yeah. Yeah. It just goes away. It just goes away. Like it just seems, like let's maybe.
I think humans will go to Mars in our lifetime.
In our lifetime?
Even mine.
In your lifetime?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying living there. I'm saying the first person will go there.
Well, under Dusty's world, you're like, we might go to Mars. And if you're listening, I'm using quotation. Yeah, we're already there. We shot a movie there. Matt Damon shot a movie there.
Uh-huh.
He's been on Mars.
Yeah.
Group Potatoes up there.
Yeah. He's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We might go to Mars. I would not. I hope not everybody's looking for that. I hope we have more people looking at the stuff we need here.
That movie
than the people that we need looking to go to Mars.
Won a comedy award.
Yeah.
That movie.
Comedy or musical.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And there's some good music in it.
I saw them win a comedy award and the directors were offended.
Yeah.
At the Golden Globes.
The Golden Globes.
Whatever it was that I was watching.
His buddy was wrote the screenplay?
Yeah, Drew.
Yeah.
But they seemed
Goddard.
to be offended that they had won a comedy award.
Because they was up against
Probably some real comedies.
no, what's that movie about the
La La
financial
Land. The
movie?
Big
Wall
Short.
Street?
Big Short.
Oh.
I don't think that the comedy was offended that movie was. I think they were like, this was a more serious movie. This was not really a comedy.
I don't know. Everything Matt Damon does is a little tongue in cheek. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It always
movie.
looks like he's thinking something more than what he's saying.
It is a good movie.
Yeah, I liked it, but I didn't think of it as a comedy either.
Mhm.
Well, let me share this because I've been trying to share it for the last hour. This
Dude.
Well, if you had worked on your problems at the time it was happening instead
right.
of pushing it off into the future.
You're
Can't
right.
do two
There you
things
go.
at once.
we could. I'm older than any of you guys. We could have the Loch Ness monster solved when I was a kid
Mhm.
if I just got on it. So
You got a predator on your shirt.
Trying to figure out the deer in Lebanon first. Yeah. What?
It used to be a big deal when you saw a deer.
it was.
Because I remember it'd be in the paper. Next day, you get up, front page of the paper. There were about 4 deer last night in Mr. Johnson's front yard. What?
All dead.
Yeah.
So this Colonel Remy van Leerd, he was a Belgian pilot and fighter ace, fought in World War II, broke the sound barrier. He's kind of like our version of Chuck Yeager. Very well respected guy. He said he was flying over the...
That's all right. I have no idea who Chuck Yeager is. That's why.
Yeah, he was...
Like the drink?
No, Chuck Yeager was... he was in the Allman Brothers. The Chuck Yeager's...
All right, I'm sorry. I forgot my audience here.
Yeah. He's our
Chuck Yeager, another guy I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, he's good.
Yeah.
He's
like our Michael Jordan. He's our Michael Jordan.
He's our Leonard Skinner.
Yeah. He's like our generation's Humphrey Bogart. So just to put it in context.
Anyway, he was flying over the Congo in Africa. He said he saw a snake 50 feet long.
Wow.
It had a head 3 feet long, 2 feet wide. They took a picture of it. Then he told the helicopter to fly back around, get closer to take a picture of it. The snake reared up 10 feet like it was going to attack the helicopter. So they got out of there. So I'm setting him up. He's not some lunatic. He's a guy that was very well respected and says he saw this giant snake in the Congo. Just another, we just don't know what
a picture of it?
That's it.
Oh, wow.
Now, it's hard to tell with that. That could be an earthworm. But
yeah,
my point is this guy, he was very credible. And we don't know what's out there in the jungles either.
Yes.
Yeah,
well,
the jungle,
I love this story.
Yeah, I love the jungles is that stuff is what's going on out there?
I mean,
we don't know a lot of stuff.
King Kong lived on Skull Island. That was kind of loosely based off the Galapagos. I can't say that word. The island.
Galapagos.
Where they have their own environment and things grow differently. There's giant tortoises and there's just maybe places out there.
I like that Skull Island. King Kong Skull Island. That was great.
The movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. But he lived in a place where there were giant animals.
Yeah.
Because they had their own environment. And there's places in the world where they said everything's smaller because there's not enough food to eat. So over time they evolved and there's baby pythons and baby elephants, or not baby, they're small, miniature, and hobbits come from there.
Right.
So things can happen. It could be giant things in parts of the world we don't know about. All right.
I'm into it. I mean, I agree. That's what I'm saying.
Is there a lot more stuff too we didn't really get to?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I guess we can stop.
We can stop and try to combine with another because it is fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
To talk about. We can add it up for another episode or something.
Yeah. Let's just stop then.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. And look, anything I said, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just asking questions.
None of us know what we're talking about.
No, you're just asking questions.
It got heated a couple of times on this one, and I like it. I mean,
it got heated. You
got heated about swimming.
Yeah,
that's about it.
Yeah,
that's about it.
Yeah, but all right. One time it got heated, and I'm into it. Yeah. We had a lot of water talk here. I talked about swimming a lot, and then we had.
Well, I feel like we make fun of it, but with you here, Aaron, we do get into the college perspective, which is how everybody else is.
Hello,
your college. Y'all were in one building, the whole college.
Single room school.
Single room school.
I know about
every day.
Naked. I know about naked people.
How many deer? You see how many deer I saw 17 deer on the way to school. I'm in Manhattan.
Yeah, Auburn Agricultural School. Come to Middle Tennessee State University.
Yeah, they were doing some work there at Middle Tennessee. Yes, but I think it is a good perspective of a college. And I'm being honest. That I didn't mean this is supposed to be a dumb, fun podcast, but it's.
I had a great time.
I had a great time too.
I'll add it to my end of year airing of grievances.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I always put Nate's airing of grievances during Festivus.
Yeah, but we got NOSO
No,
out
I
of
mean,
the-
yeah,
NOSO.
and
SLARS.
SLARS. A lot
SLARS.
came out of this,
Mhm.
honestly.
some lake and river stuff.
And I think there should be a bit of a organization for homeless people tracking down Bigfoot. I mean, that is
we got that too.
Yeah.
yeah. Sometimes you got to weed through. What is it? Hard to get a diamond? One of those things.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're listening, that was Dusty and Nate that were on board with that.
Hard to
Yeah.
get a diamond.
It's hard to
Yeah.
get a diamond.
I am on board with it. And I think a lot of homeless people will be on board with it
Yeah.
too.
That's fun. I think
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
volunteer for it.
Yeah.
If you go, we'll give you this amount of money,
Give them supplies.
supplies,
Yeah.
food.
Weapon of some kind.
No, well, yeah. You could give them, you train them, but I don't.
If you're dropping them way deep in the jungle or whatever, yeah, give them a weapon.
Dropping them.
Yeah,
Paratrooping out of a plane.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
We're just throwing homeless people out of an airplane.
Give them up through.
With the parachutes. I mean,
don't be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Don't be. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like a lot of times you're searching for something, and that's what kind of leads you down that path.
Right. Right.
Now you're literally going to be searching for something,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and then they, we make sure that everybody's taken care of. I don't know. This one might not need to come out because we're filled with vibe. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll do one before we release this episode. We do one. We do one call Tuesday night. Everybody's still cool with all this.
We release it for an hour and then reevaluate.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll release it because there's all the people that listen to it very early. Like
They're going to
that's
be our sample audience.
Yeah, that's our core group that they can let us know like, hey, everything was all right? Like, and they're like, yeah, you're all right. Or they're like, I don't know. It doesn't matter. We're just trying to be fun. And nothing's funner than making homeless people go find Bigfoot.
Well, I would like to say that
dig into it more.
I'm talking about paying them.
Yeah.
There's a compensation. You're not.
It's a real job.
You're
And
not.
they don't have
Again,
to do it.
Kramer
Yeah.
and Newman with the rickshaw.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
it is that they don't have to do it.
Yeah,
We're not
you're not-
saying it's
Mhm.
like if you want to get paid, I just think it's
It's a
fun-
job.
It's a job. You would offer it to people to go like, the way people go to they study abroad. It's kind of that.
Yeah.
very similar.
So you're offering it to
They
anybody
go spend a semester
looking for Bigfoot.
looking for Bigfoot.
I just think if I were homeless
Yeah.
and I were like, man, I'd love to get out of
guy
be-
that
You're
gets,
still
a
homeless.
lot of people think
out in
he's
the woods
homeless.
yeah,
now.
Right.
I'd love to get out of being homeless, and then somebody comes along with an opportunity and an adventure.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I'd take it.
Am I going to have a home now? No. You're going to be in
No,
the
you
jungle.
would have a
Maybe
home.
after,
You,
yeah.
We'd
You'd
have
be the
camps
next
for 'em.
Neil Armstrong. I mean,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
you were the guy that found Bigfoot,
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
I had a joke about that like a long time ago. Something I was like, imagine being like watching the Bigfoot hunting shows. Like, oh yeah, my joke was like, I watch it because it's fun, and there's a chance the world will be different because it would always be like if they come on and said we have Bigfoot,
Yeah.
it's everybody's got to be like, well, it's different, and there's proof, and there's
yeah.
like that's even the aliens. If they come and go, here's an alien body. That's
Well,
why
except for when-
probably
Except for when the Mexican government did that not long ago.
exactly, but it was proven that it's fake. But it was
Was it?
Has
yeah.
it been?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They said it wasn't real pretty quickly.
Oh, okay. I thought
Yeah.
they were like, this is
But
real.
see, that's even the Mexican government. They did something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm, with, I'm on board with it. I'm on board with
on
it.
board with
Yeah.
the fact they had some fun, and we saw where our money went to.
Yeah.
And it went to pay, and it could have probably used more money to pay for the one that would
Some
have
better bodies.
lasted
Yeah.
a better fake body
Yeah.
Yeah.
than what they did. So I'd be disappointed if I was a Mexican that my tax money went to such a bad body.
Mhm. But they learned from it.
Yeah. I don't know. I think your taxes should go to some pretty fun
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I
you should
think
be
so.
able to see some stuff.
See some results. I like it. Yeah.
Throw us a surprise party every year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't tell us the date. And
Like
go,
everybody gets one.
everybody gets one. Everybody gets his day off. We tell you a week before.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it floats around. You never know when it is. But man, you're happy when it comes.
I like
Yeah.
that.
You get a call the next morning. Yeah, do some stuff like that.
Yeah.
Loch Ness, let's do some housework, clean some stuff up.
Yeah.
And
I
then
think
we
it's a
can go
great
to
idea.
Mars. Yeah.
I love it.
All right.
I'm going to go ahead and say Nate's not here next week, but I'm saving the comments for when Nate's back.
Oh yeah.
I'm not
This'll be
following
a
the
fun
sword
one.
for this one.
This will be a fun one.
Yeah, I want. Yeah. Wait for the. Yeah, I won't be here. So yeah. Save. Yeah, that you really get some. We can go comment heavy
Mm-hmm.
if you got some good ones.
I think that's going to happen whether we like it or not.
Yeah, and remember, we're
None of this matters.
none of this matters. We don't. I don't mean anything.
Yeah, you're just riffing.
Just riff.
We didn't write this stuff. Well,
This
Brian
is-
wrote some stuff down, but the rest of us, we didn't write anything down.
Yeah.
I
Guys,
spent all week
yeah.
researching.
Yeah, but we didn't.
We didn't write anything. We're writing this down. This is stuff we believe in our heart so much that we say it off the dome. That's
Yeah.
That's funny that you do. You're like, we didn't write it down. This is just what we believe.
This is unfiltered
Yeah.
who we are.
Yeah.
Guys, I can't. This is just stuff I think about all day, every day.
So you
and I
can't
think the
blame me
world
for
would be better.
this.
It's not my fault.
Yeah.
It was fun. All right. I will be in Knoxville.
All right.
Well, Evans, Georgia, Knoxville, and then Knoxville. Three
I'm a
shows
big
in
fan
Knoxville.
of Knoxville.
Yeah,
I like that city.
It is a good city. And then so I'm excited. Knoxville. And then I got Atlanta, Tampa, maybe something else. No, some other Savannah, Georgia, maybe.
I think you are in
Mhm.
Savannah.
Yeah. And then I am in Savannah.
Yeah.
And then that might be it for the year. No, the rescheduled shows. So
John
I'll be done.
Augustine's wedding.
Yeah. Our first guest on the podcast, John Augustine, is getting married
Congrats.
this week. Yep.
That
He's
rules.
doing it. So
For December, I got mostly just company Christmas parties. So fun, but you guys can't come to them.
yeah, like you're going to them.
I'm performing at them.
Oh,
I'm not just
Want you to
showing
know
up,
he's working.
crashing.
Yeah.
Just letting y'all know I'm working.
yeah. A lot of company. Hey, look at old Bates come in,
Just making the money.
walks in. Do they ask you to act like you should play a character that walks in and goes, "Did you see all the deer out there? I saw a naked man walking by the other day." And then they go, "Brian Bates, everybody." And he goes, "How you doing, folks?" Because
Or maybe you dress up as a soccer player, you know?
Mm,
See
see,
how long.
What
here we
if you
go.
could see if you could blend in with the company?
Oh, you
At the
could do
Christmas
that
party.
easily.
I know you got to walk in and just see how long it takes before
Yeah.
they realize you're a comedian. And that might even be after your show. They still don't. I don't know. Sorry, I thought of that as we were going. They
Just
go,
a mean speech.
yeah. They go. That guy's just one of the more confident workers we
Mhm.
have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That he wants to share about his personal life. Why
Yeah.
would we care?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had a baby late, and they're like, "Why would anybody?
I want to hear about bonuses.
Why is this man that works with us talking?"
I got a big week coming up. Tonight, I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina at the Comedy Zone.
Mm,
Thursday, I'm in Greensboro, North Carolina at the Comedy Zone. Friday,
All right.
Saturday, I'm in Greenville, South Carolina at the Comedy Zone.
That's a
And
great
then
run.
Sunday night, I'm going to finish it off in Charleston, South Carolina
Ah, love
at
that
the
place.
Sparrow,
All
which is
right.
in North Charleston. So 7 shows this week.
Great
It's gonna
run
be-
through the
a good-
Carolinas.
I know. I'm going through the Carolinas. I'm pumped.
That's fun.
All right. Well, I'll be at CB Live in Phoenix,
Mhm.
Arizona, and then I'll be at the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday at the Tempe Improv.
Yeah,
So
great club.
It's gonna be hot.
Nice.
Yeah, Tempe's great. All right, that's it. Look, as always, we love you. We care for you. I care for you. Aaron cares about your future children and only them. And he looks at you as if you're in the way of him getting to the kids you can't even imagine having. But I care about you and only you.
If you remember one thing from this podcast, take that away.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. I want to show you one more thing.
HelloFresh.com. What?
That's incredible. That's incredible.
Lauren just sent me this.
Oh,
She
we
right.
got it.
see it
Yeah.
until now,
This
but
is
that's the new logo.
the logo. We
Wow.
got it in the NOSO and some lake. Well, we got to be SLARS now.
We got to change. We'll change the.
What is
verbiage later.
ASL and some lake stuff?
ASL
and-
is sign
and
language
NOSO.
too.
Yeah,
That's great. That's a great
but I don't
logo.
mind that too. NOSO and then
ASL.
and some lake stuff. And we
Yeah.
have them ASLS, but I mean we are getting a little. So SLARS under that. Some
We're getting a little
lake
sloppy.
Yeah,
It's a great
NOSO,
logo, though.
some lake and river stuff, and we
Bit
can.
too many stars for me, but we could do more water, less
They could be
stars,
fit.
but,
Maybe
yeah.
that's the fish.
All right, those are air
Yeah.
bubbles.
Or
This is-
jellyfish.
she made this now while she was working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's so good.
So
You could have been curing the homeless over there.
she could have done a lot of stuff over there, but this is what she was doing. So, no, that's awesome. All right, I love it. NOSO. Yeah, we love you. Promise you that. Have a great. I do.
Yeah, me too.
Do you? All right. Because Aaron's. We love you. See you next week. I won't, but then the next week after. I'll see you after that, and y'all can tell me all your stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Bye. Nateland is produced by Nateland Productions and by me, Nate Bargatze, and my wife Laura on the Audio Boom platform. Recording and editing for the show is done by Genovations Media. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to catch us next week on the Nateland Podcast.